Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Wednesday. As Jacob points out, feels very much like a thirsty Thursday.
I keep thinking today is Thursday. Mike Elam was in talking to us earlier, and I was like, well, that makes sense because it's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
We talked to him on Thursday.
It's kind of our Thursday because Friday we only do an hour. I think the game's at 3, pre-game's at 2, our show's at 1. We'll do 1 to 2. So that kind of feels like a day off.
Yeah, it's pretty close to it.
Yeah.
Like 95%.
Yep. And I don't know why I always feel like I need to tell people I'm taking the day off because I feel guilty. That's what it is. I'm so Jack Glover's son. And so I'm taking Monday off just to have like that longer weekend. So there you go.
Nice.
David, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Dude, even in college, like if I didn't have a class one day and I wasn't working that day, I just felt terrible. Just felt so guilty. So, yeah. It's not going away. Like if I ever do retire, which my plan is really not to, so long as my marbles stay intact, I would like to be the lead of this show as long as I can. And then my plan is to kind of pull a Mark Close and be on someone else's show and just sort of be a sniper. That'd be great. But like if I ever did retire, it would probably take me a full year or two to not just feel like a POS every day because of that Wilson Street that's in me. You know,
I get you.
Yeah. This is not going to sound funny when I first start telling you, but I promise you it's funny. So you may have noticed that I have been catching my breath a lot during the show, and I have something going on, something respiratory. I'm not sick. I haven't been sick since Christmas, but it has that thing like we've all had it when you talk or laugh or if you breathe real deep, it feels kind of cold in your chest and you cough. And I had that going on, and I was telling the guys about it at lunch, and Rachel's like, yeah, I noticed you doing that quite a bit yesterday. And Andrew immediately jumps in, as Andrew does, and he tells me what it is. He gives me the name of the disease, and he says, now, I don't want to scare you, but the person I knew that had it died. And I'm like, I'm scared. And then he's like, I have something for you. And he stands up and he goes to the corner of the room, which I didn't know anything existed there. And
Ruffles around for minutes.
He pulls out a big bag full of tricks.
Yeah, it's a bag of stuff.
And he's just going through it. And we're looking at each other and we're laughing. And he pulls out a prescription bottle and brings it over and puts it in front of me. And he's like, you should take one of those.
Yeah. And you didn't. And I was like, well, then I don't know what I'm supposed to do for you.
Because look, I'm not above taking another guy's prescription, but when you're diagnosing the problem I have and you have the medication for it, I'm like, I don't know that this is a good idea.
And by the way, I said, don't be scared.
You told me that.
Before I told you about how the person died.
No, you told me that.
Don't be scared. Here's
so
a
it's
terrifying
like,
fact.
you're supposed to not be scared by it.
Am I remembering this correctly? Did Andrew say you probably had this condition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. More
probably
than
is what he said. Probably,
based on the one symptom Dave gave,
Yes.
which is kind of short of breath these days.
99% positive. Yeah.
And being me,
Dr.
I
Andrew.
already know it's either lung cancer or COPD. So, like, those are my choices. Then you threw a third one in.
Well, I threw a fourth one in because I was like, well, if you don't have that, then you probably have asthma.
He said you could be
Yeah,
developing
you're
asthma.
developing
Yeah.
asthma. Like, I probably just have a little something.
You probably have a lingering respiratory infection. That's probably what it is.
Now he's diagnosed it.
Well, that was the fifth thing that it could be because I do get those sometimes. That's what that medicine is actually for, technically.
Oh, so you led with the scary stuff and not with the routine.
I said don't be scared.
What's the medication for?
Like a lingering. So the medication is a prescription strength expectorant.
Okay.
Which means that when you take it, it loosens up the stuff that's in your lungs and makes you cough it out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's Mucinex essentially, but on like a prescription strength. I forget what it's called. It's called like benzotape or something.
And I don't even I don't have any of that. I don't have any phlegm. I don't have any.
Yeah, no, you don't have gunk in the lungs?
No, I don't.
Okay, well then it's not
That's
that first
weird
thing I
that
said.
you prescribed him the gunk in the lungs medication then.
Yeah,
And
well,
he didn't even ask me the question.
Dr.
it also
Andrew.
means that you don't have that first thing that
What
I
sort of
mentioned.
physician are you?
Because the first thing that I mentioned is all about gunk in the lungs.
What else do you have in that bag?
all kinds of stuff. I found
It's Mary Poppins' bag.
multiple pieces of the original KMOX tower are in there. I don't know how I acquired more than one of them.
Does the mouse live in there?
There might be a mouse in there. I mean, it's conducive to
You have
mouse
pieces
environment.
of the KMOX tower? I didn't
Yeah,
know
I got a
that.
bunch of
little
keys.
pieces of food and drink in there.
The mouse is whispering medical advice to Andrew.
mouse is
It's like a
like,
Ratatouille doctor.
Maybe you should
It's a
check it and see if
Ratatouille
he's
thing.
got this horrible disease. Andrew's like, yeah, that's the ticket.
Remy the rat's like, he's probably developing asthma.
Call me
Tell
crazy.
him not to be scared.
Call me conservative. My idea is that Dave talks to his very qualified doctor about
Well, yes.
these
Yes.
symptoms.
Yes.
That's a pretty good idea.
That's just call me crazy.
No, I immediately texted Dr. Knoyer, my ENT, and said, Andrew says I have a deadly
You
disease.
did not text him that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you really?
Did he agree? Was he like, Andrew's probably right?
He hasn't gotten back to me
Did he
yet.
ask you if you ate any grapes?
Yeah.
He said,
He's
Yeah.
familiar with my...
he said, wait, was it Andrew or was it the rat? Which
That
one?
rat knows his stuff.
Because that rat's got a medical degree.
Gonna make me cough.
Dude, there's nothing worse than that, though, that lingering, like every time you laugh, you're just going to cough and there's nothing you can do about it. That's
Yeah.
the worst.
Yep. Yeah, no, I was saying to the doc, not this one, my other one, I was saying if I didn't have a radio show, I probably wouldn't even be clocking it
Probably not.
because
right.
I wouldn't be talking 4 hours in a row. And,
Right.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So, speaking of medicine, are pharmacists the most miserable people on earth?
Not the ones I go to.
Oh, the ones I go
Really?
to are
sure seem like it.
salty.
Yeah.
They do not want to be pharmacists.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like the same thing. I need to go to a new place. I go to ACVS. I won't tell you which one, so that they don't.
so do I, and they're really cool.
So they don't spit in my pills. But
Oh, but they know who you are,
They
Dave.
put dust in your pills.
but yeah, there's never an interaction with them where it's pleasant. It's like it's always like oh well blah blah. And you're
It's like,
God.
oh, what are you here to get your medication or something? Ugh. I hate doing.
Now I have to count
that
the pills.
No, I get what. I mean, I think it's maybe unfair to paint all pharmacists like that, but I have definitely come across a few in my day where I'm like, I'm so sorry that I'm here right now. I can tell I am ruining your day. And that goes for like any sort of public facing
I was going to say,
job.
I think that's what that
The
is.
people who just make you feel like, how dare you? How dare you come into my establishment? Like, oh, I am so sorry.
And
I
God
gotta
help
believe-
your soul if you have a question for him.
Oh, but I got to believe that being a pharmacist has to be one of the most annoying jobs. Because
Why do you say that?
you must get endless dumb questions and endless complaints like, well, why does it cost that? And I don't know. The computer's telling me that's what it costs. I didn't make the cost. I got to believe that's got to be a frustrating job.
I am
don't
guilty
disagree.
of that. I am guilty of that. There have been a couple of times where it's like a new prescription and you don't know what it's going to be, and then they hit you with like a $60, and it's hard to react well in that moment. It's hard not to kind of have a little bit of like, what are you talking about?
And then you have to be like, well, and is this going to work for Dave too?
Yeah, and then I'm like, well, listen. All right, so listen.
He has shortness of breath.
He's like, if I keep this in a bag at my office, can I give this to other people?
I have a guy who's developing asthma. What can you do for me?
All signs point to complete lung failure.
The rat is no help at all.
So I can
Before you say anything, yes, I asked the rat first.
that's funny. That's all I had.
All right.
You know what we should do for the stream? Since it feels like Thirsty Thursday, we should do what was your summertime drink as a kid?
Ooh, I've got mine.
Yeah.
What was yours?
It was Kool-Aid. I'm partial to the black cherry Kool-Aid.
Fancy.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Really like it. And the way I would make it is I would do the sugar and the Kool-Aid in the bottom of the pitcher and stir those together dry. And then I would take a couple little spoonfuls of just that mixture.
Damn, girl.
Delish.
Yeah, and you have a little, just eat that, right?
Yeah, it's like a
That's
pixie
good
stick.
stuff,
It's
man.
delicious.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Then you fill
You
it up,
never
you
thought of
stir
that,
it up,
did you?
It's so good.
get that going in the fridge.
I got one for you.
Okay.
Hawaiian Punch was the move.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was the one.
Yeah.
If we ever could get that in the summer, it was the greatest thing ever.
My buddy had Kool-Aid. I don't think we ever had Kool-Aid. I know what my mom and dad had against Kool-Aid, but we were a Weilers.
I was going to say you're a Weilers family.
And Was it called Summertime Lemonade?
Country
Country
time.
Time.
Oh, Country Time was in the milk carton.
Country Time.
Yeah,
Country Time's good stuff.
They had the Minute Maid one too. They
Yeah,
had a Minute Maid lemonade and fruit punch. Those were awesome.
That's tall cotton.
Well, you mean the Country Time powder in the tub,
yes,
right?
we
yeah.
only
yeah.
had the powder.
Well, it came in like a milk carton too at the store.
No, you have to have a fighter jet at your high school, Rich. To get
Does anybody else recall the Prairie Farms drink?
just a drink?
It's just called drink, like
What?
the red and the orange.
No.
I feel like I have had it.
It comes in it comes in a milk jug.
Yeah.
And it's made by
Yummy.
Prairie Farms, but it's just like a corn syrup drink.
Brian says Hawaiian Punch popsicles.
Oh yeah, you
Yum.
could do that. You just make them up. Yeah, you put little toothpicks in the ice thing.
Yeah.
You had to let it get a little bit icy, and then you pop the toothpicks in there, and then it sets, and you can have your own little homemade
Is the classic called freezer pops?
I call them freezy pops.
freeze pops.
Freezy
yeah.
pops,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not entirely sure
I
what
think
the actual
brand
name
is. I think the
is.
brand is freeze pops, but everybody had a
The
different
brand
name.
is whatever you find first at the store
Are they-
and
Right,
put it in
right.
your
Are
cart.
they still good? Has anyone
Yes.
had one?
Yeah.
Yes, they're amazing.
Actually, the Schnucks freezy pops, the Schnucks branded one, every single flavor is
All right.
so good. Because I usually like to well, what flavor do I want
Yeah.
today? Give me any of them. They all taste amazing.
I may need to get some of those.
Tell you what, great summertime move now is the Italian ice.
Yes, I love that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've ever had one.
Oh man, they got lemon, they got cherry, strawberry. They're so good.
Oh, Vic and Kelly have brought up two of my absolute favorites. Vic brings up those little Kool-Aid things. They came in like the little
Hugs.
jugs.
Yeah, the little
Huggies.
yeah.
Hugs, yeah.
And then Kelly says high C cherry.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
High C is a
Did
good
the
one.
little jugs, were they barrel shaped and you had to peel?
Yep,
the
peel
oil
off the
top
foil.
off,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Oh, yeah.
Straight sugar.
And then the Mondos, which were similar to the squeezable Kool-Aids, they had that same weird top that you had to like bend and pop to
Mhm.
get off. Capri
And I
Sun, which I have some Capri Sun
Love
right now.
Capri Sun. But man, high C, I haven't had that
Yeah.
in a long time.
High C was good.
Anything that you wanted but couldn't get,
Oh, yeah.
drink wise?
Friends. Oh,
Wow.
Man, I
You should
can't
try
think of
giving
it.
them some pills.
I do remember. So we would do the Welch's frozen grape juice that you made in the pitcher. That was
Oh
like
yeah.
that was like
Yeah.
a rare treat.
We
I
never
feel
got
like-
that because nobody else in the house liked it but me and my brother.
We used to get the frozen concentrate Five Alive,
Yeah.
which was just like a poor man's orange juice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a rich man's
Like
orange
Tang.
juice.
Ever Tang?
And I just would eat it with a spoon.
Oh.
I almost
Is it
never
good?
made it. Yeah, sort
So
of
basically like a
Rachel's thing.
popsicle?
Yeah. Slushy.
It's got to be good.
do they still make caffeine-free soda? That was big
Yeah.
in my house when I was a kid. Probably because they were trying to get me to be less of
Probably.
a psycho.
Do they still Yeah.
Like caffeine-free, like Coca-Cola, not
Yeah.
just all soda.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? I feel like I don't see it.
It's everywhere. I mean, there's not. Like you're talking about the ones that normally have it, like 7-Up never had it, never will. You guys don't even get the joke.
Already caffeine.
Dave, did you get that one?
No.
The 7-Up,
Was that their
no
ad?
caffeine, never had it, never will. And the guy goes,
Was it the black guy?
yeah, the
gotta get this
Caribbean
guy some-
sounding
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
Gotta
Caribbean
get this
sounding
guy
dude.
some caffeine-free soda.
Yeah, if you know where it is, you should buy some.
Yeah, I got some at home.
But no, I mean like the ones that do have it, like
right.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, there's
specifically.
Pepsi and Coke both have it.
caffeine-free Coke. was
They
big in
used to
my
have
house.
Mountain Dew, but I can't find it anymore. They used to have caffeine-free Mountain Dew, but I can't find it.
Really?
Yeah, that's great.
I think Pepsi Light was my favorite soda of all time.
Really?
Yeah. It was lemon Pepsi.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the ultimate summer treat though was going to like the fair and getting a lemon shake up or an orange Julius.
Yeah.
I don't know these. I mean, I've heard of them, but I've
You've
never
never
had them.
one?
No.
They taste orange. They're delicious.
Summer is officially here, and that means the family internet, it is working overtime. All our lives are always online, and that's why I rely on i3 broadband. Traditional cable just can't keep up, but i3 delivers 100% true fiber directly into my home for ultra smooth, reliable performance. Plus, they're a local provider that actually treats you like a neighbor. Skip the fake fiber. Head over to i3broadband.com/radio today or call 866-806-5485 to upgrade because life runs better on fiber, and i3 broadband is here for you.
Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight discussing sarcomas with Dr. Angela Herbie.
In small groups of patients, there is an inherited genetic risk, but this is the vast minority of patients. And we typically identify these groups of individuals because of numerous family members having these rare cancers, and many of them being young. When I say young, anybody under the age of 40.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, visit siteman.washu.edu.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. America is turning 250 this year, and Circa Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. For everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circa Sports app, then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circa Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Dan Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, millions of people called us for representation. Why? Because trust grows when you win. And we've won a lot. Over $30 billion and counting. When you call America's largest injury law firm, you're calling a family. You're calling an army, our army. You're calling somebody who will fight for you. Injured? Let our family fight for your family. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
A century strong. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 123. What we got going today, we have Brad Young at 2 for 2 segments because we have a lot to talk about. Supreme Court stuff, some political stuff. The president brought in a couple $2 billion last year, while in the Oval Office. And I don't know if there's anything illegal about that. There are certainly ways that you can, do it illegally. But I want to talk to Brad about that, and because if it's hey, the guy's already a billionaire. If he brought in $2 billion more, okay. So that's coming up at 2. Wiggins, who's going to be with us every Wednesday at 3 p.m., is going to be in. We have the Think Tank with Ian Mackey and Dennis Hancock. We can talk to Dennis about what the hell's going on in St. Louis County. You know what we should do for the remainder of this short little segment? Everyone on the stream was telling me what you drank as a kid. What was your summertime activity? Obviously, we all did everything. But when I say that, what pops in your head? To me, it was nighttime, kick the can. We played Ghost in the Graveyard. We played Freeze Tag. But kick the can was our big one. It was social, especially when you're hitting puberty. You're like, oh, there's the cute girl, blah, blah, blah. That was a big summertime memory for me. What about you guys?
Non-stop wiffle ball.
Yeah.
Literally never stopped. We started in the morning, took a break for lunch, continued in the afternoon. It was either that or riding bikes, just taking off on your bikes for the day and just riding everywhere.
And I bet if you took me to your house, you could show me exactly what was a home run, what was a
yeah, we played from the driveway across the street. My friends' houses were across the street, and if you hit it on their roofs, it was a home run.
Fun. Rach?
I mean, I played in the dirt a lot.
You were a country girl.
Yeah. That was like a big thing. I mean, we also would go to being from Grafton, we would go to Raging Rivers all the time.
Oh.
Very privileged to get to go to Raging Rivers a lot.
And you had a creek?
Yeah, there were creeks, yes. I wouldn't say I had a creek, but yes, there were creeks.
Andrew?
I didn't really have a lot of regular games that I would play with friends or anything like that. Not that I can remember, at least.
Back to the friends thing.
I mean, I had friends. I just, I didn't have a lot of friends in the neighborhood. I would say I didn't have my neighborhood chums.
So what would you do?
Use my imagination, run around, pretend I was,
a doctor.
A doctor. Pretend I was whatever it might have been.
Diagnose the dogs in the
that was my big thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew's going to start wearing that stethoscope that Julie Lally gave you, Dave.
Yeah.
We do have a stethoscope. I could listen to your lungs.
Want to hear my favorite headline of the day?
Yeah.
I'm reading this right as it was. Woman denies owning cocaine that fell out of her butt.
I saw this.
You see this?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then how did it get there?
That's a good question.
She has an answer.
Oh?
Yes.
She said it was probably due to an intimate encounter that she had experienced.
What, and you didn't notice?
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on?
I mean,
yeah, I can't see back there, so
Yeah.
it's it could be anything.
Did you just put cocaine in my butt?
Could be.
Did this interaction
anything.
happen
She's
just beforehand?
Yes.
This was that was a half hour ago.
Yes, that's
She's like-
exactly what
In
she
fact,
said.
I'm just from that house now.
It was hard to remember because, she was doing cocaine.
Right.
Oh, is that what she said?
I wouldn't, I just assume.
Oh.
I don't know if you're going to introduce that to the intimate encounter unless you guys are already partaking.
Right.
I could be wrong.
It would be odd if it just happened.
She's
Yeah.
she's like, listen, buddy, I'm on so much cocaine, I don't know what's going on back
I
there.
don't know
That
what's
would be
falling out of
funny,
my butt.
though.
But I know that's not mine.
What's going on
It's
back
just
there?
a completely run-of-the-mill experience.
Right.
And she's like, you know what? I bet that they...
Yeah, I think I got it.
slipped that in.
Okay, I'm
You know what? I
now.
bet this is what it was. I bet she just rolled over and just happened to sit on it for a second.
Yeah,
Didn't
she
realize.
sat on it. That's what I would have
Yeah.
said.
That's what all the nurses at ERs say. Is I just sat down on it. I didn't know that was there.
Yeah, that seems to be code for I put something there it shouldn't be there. Tell you guys about John Moriarty, E3Wealth.com. John is a financial guy. He does do financial planning for normies like you and me. But what he really tries to focus on, and the reason he's advertising on the show, is to try to get all the business people out there in the KMOX audience to consider using him as your business financial planner and your business coach. I've known the guy for 20 years. He was on 97.1 with me, did a financial show for about 7 years down at 97.1. He's very soft-spoken. He's been on the show many times. Just a real gentleman, a real intellect. He's not a yeller. He's not a big, high-energy, Kramer kind of financial guy, but he's excellent at what he does. He can help you to take your business to the next level. He can help you to pass it on to your kids. He can help you to sell it to someone else. All you have to do is go to E3Wealth.com, reach out, make an appointment, spend 30 minutes, see what you think.
Chris Ranchi and Amy Markscourse connect you with the people, places, and conversations that bring our community together.
And now you get to hear about poo-poo in a box from a firefighter.
No, come on.
The hammerhead worm. And you get to hear about car fires.
And sinkholes.
And sinkholes. I love our newsroom. I think they're doing a great job.
From neighborhood happenings to local heroes, from everyday challenges to unforgettable stories. Chris and Amy, weekdays from 9 to noon on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. The $5,000 sweepstakes is back with Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Deadline to enter is the end of the month to win the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Enter now at overheaddoorstlouis.com. That's where winners go.
Nothing changing at all in our forecast. Sunny, hot, and humid, hazy, big dome of high pressure sitting on top of us. 98 for the high as we go through the afternoon. Hottest time of the day is about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Tonight, clear, warm, humid, uncomfortable. 78 for the overnight low. Thursday, sunny, hot, and humid, 98 degrees. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, no real change. Sunny, hazy, hot, and humid. The shift will add that chance of a pop afternoon or evening thunderstorm. Very, very isolated. We'll keep an eye out. 95 Friday, 95 again Saturday and Sunday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It's 1:31. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Hey parents, Kids Sunday returns to the ballpark on Sunday, July 12th when the Cardinals host the Braves. That day, kids 12 and under can score a replica Cardinals jersey presented by Stiefel. This jersey is perfect for game days, school days, and all season long. Plus, kids run the bases after the game. Enjoy Kids Sunday every Sunday home game with free ice cream, Team Fredbird, music, and more. Make it a Sunday fun day for the whole family. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Michael McGreevy. See you at the ballpark.
B is for baseball. On Sunday, July 12th, when the Cards take on the Braves, it's Sesame Street Day. Celebrate the iconic show that shaped generations with a day full of family fun at the ballpark. With the purchase of a special theme ticket, fans can choose between an exclusive Oscar the Grouch bobblehead or a Grover plush wearing a Cardinals jersey. Pick your favorite and join the fun. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/theme.
Homeowners, a lot of you are worried about one thing when it comes to selling, and that's leaving money on the table. This is Debbie Monterey. I'm with Gloria Liu of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria, how do you help sellers make sure they're getting top dollar?
The reality is, most homes don't sell for what they should. I see it happen all the time. They either price it wrong or they don't create enough demand. But with over 2,400 buyers in my Buyers in Waiting database and my exclusive pricing strategy, I'm able to offer my seller a 100% market value guarantee. And if I can get you 100% of your home's market value, I'll pay you the difference. So you don't have to wonder if you left money on the table. You can sell with confidence, knowing you maximize your sale.
Make sure you get every dollar for your home. Call St. Louis's real estate expert, Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit gloriahasthebuyers.com. That's gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Today, the Cards, the Braves.
Cameron Total Access 520. First pitch 6:15.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
You know these guys, Wheels?
I feel like I do.
Slade?
No.
Old school, English, maybe Irish. One of the first kind of quote-unquote metal bands. And they did this as a remake of someone else's song. But, yeah, very cool.
Kevin's
welcome back.
A fake metal fan.
Yeah, didn't know Slade.
At first, I thought you were saying Slayer. I'm like, that's not Slayer.
We're going to do some audio for you. Big audio night for me last night.
All right.
The first one is, it's Ron DeSantis, who is making an address and breaks into a Hakeem Jeffries impression.
And we've got this guy, Hakeem Jeffries. Okay? And, he goes out there and he's like, we gonna do maximum warfare against Republicans, Florida Republicans, you F around, you gonna find out all this stuff. And what I said was, listen, and he's like, oh, if you do the redistricting, we're gonna take out all your members, we're gonna do all this stuff.
Kind of fell off at the end there.
Yeah.
Kind of lost his courage.
Couldn't you feel it right before he broke in? You could feel him thinking, should I do this?
I'm going to nail this.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even an accurate impression. Like, that's the really, truly insulting part of it is, like, he doesn't sound anything like that.
Yeah, and it is funny the way that he immediately backed off of it, and you can kind of see him. If you watch the video, you can see him kind of sweating it a little bit.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like he got much of a reaction.
Yeah, and I don't think he got what he wanted from it, and it was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. No, you shouldn't have, Ron.
So this next one is J.D. Vance talking about how hideous and disgusting people's yard signs who are inclusive and liberal are to him.
Okay, so we're thankfully, thanks to Donald Trump, I would say, we're past the point where most people, at least that I see, hang out those hideous signs in their yard that say, "In this house we believe," blah, 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 love is love, water is people, science, whatever, no person is illegal. Okay, so that sign is like such a disgusting butchering of the Nicene Creed.
Of the what?
The Nicene Creed is basically the foundational creed of the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And look, there may be people out there listening, there are, who agree with him. A lot of Republicans, conservatives, MAGA people listen to the show. Not only do I not agree with them, I find what he's saying there to be disgusting. Because when he does the blah, 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 like, hey, don't be a wuss. Be specific. What do people say in their yard signs that disgust you? Because otherwise, we're just going to fill in the blank with anything.
Well, he obviously prefers the very classy, let's go Brandon signs that were everywhere for all those years. Like, nobody's going to like the other side signs. Great. Breaking news. Well, you don't like things you disagree with.
I mean, he's basically just saying gay people are disgusting, right? When he says it's disgusting when you put a sign out that says love is love and XYZ, like, you're not hiding it. Like, we see what you're saying. It's just kind of weird that a vice president of the United States in 2026 would say that that's hideous and disgusting.
What he should do is ask the leader of the church that he belongs to what he thinks.
Yeah.
Maybe ask for some guidance from your spiritual leader.
Last time he had an interaction with Pope Leo, he warned him to stay in his lane.
Well, again, pretty interesting strategy as a quote Catholic.
What would the DGS in this house sign say? In this studio, Andrew's a doctor.
In this
we let the rat do the decisions.
In this house, we just give pills to people.
It'd be nothing good. Ours would truly be hideous and disgusting.
We'd get arrested. We make our own in this house sign.
In this house, we love Country Time Lemonade.
This next one is going to make everyone mad. Republican, Democrat, Independent. This is a House hearing from yesterday where Republican Mike Lawler and Democrat Jamie Raskin did this.
You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. You're an absolute disgrace supporting sanctuary policy. Get rid of sanctuary policy. I did. I wrote a whole New York Times op-ed about it. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself for not opposing sanctuary policies that resulted in their daughter's death. When you send your kid to college,
it goes on. That went on for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what is that? Like, I couldn't even understand them.
Yeah, they were. It started with a procedural thing, and they obviously have it out for each other, and then they just lost their minds.
So Lawler was yelling at Raskin's because he's saying Raskin support of sanctuary cities is causing illegal immigrants to come in and shoot good, innocent American children. And Raskin is saying, you're accusing me of not caring about that, but then you obviously don't care at all about like Renee Good and Alex Preddy, American citizens who were killed by ICE for absolutely no reason. And then they just start shouting back and forth at each other about that.
you, as an adult in a professional situation,
No kidding,
you
Rach.
should be able to express yourself without screaming.
Yes.
Especially if you're a public servant.
Yeah, these are our leaders.
Yes.
I mean, it's the same thing as yesterday with the St. Louis County situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to have conflict.
Mm-hmm.
The way you're going about the conflict is absolutely unacceptable. And you're not a hero to me for like screaming over each other and like, but I got my voice heard. Like, okay, well, actually, no one could hear anything that either of you were saying.
Yeah.
You should be able to talk about this calmly.
This last piece of audio is Congressman Nels, who is a big Trump guy. He's the one who said when Donald Trump says jump, you say how high. He's constantly doing that. And here he is talking about how we need a 10-year moratorium on all immigration, and we need to cover the Statue of Liberty. She needs to go to sleep.
You got to put a bed sheet, a big bed sheet over the Statue of Liberty. 10 years, 10-year moratorium on immigration. No more. We have to get this under control. The amount of people that are in this country, we don't even know who they are. The tens of millions that came through in the previous administration, we don't know who they are. The people over here on visas, you signed a little deal that says, I come over here for 5 years and then I'm going to leave. They're overstaying their visas. The fact of the matter is, we got to have a 10-year moratorium on immigration, so we got to have freeze, put a bed sheet over the Statue of Liberty.
Why a bed
Instead of
sheet?
having a bed sheet, because she's going to need to go to sleep for a while. She got to go to sleep for a while because we're not letting anybody in anymore.
Well, some people think a bed sheet.
We got. I'm not saying it's dead. What I'm trying to say is that instead of having a torch, maybe it needs a stop sign. Maybe we need a little bit of a stop sign.
Well, so I guess if it was a report card, what grade would you
Reasonable.
It's a bed sheet because she's going to sleep.
Duh.
That's why we're getting her an eye mask and a pillow as well.
I mean, seriously, are you
Some
like
essential oils?
Are you 10 years old?
So we need a giant fan to blow because she can't sleep without the ambient white noise.
That's the level of discourse, though, of a person that's a federally elected official.
Yeah.
You're talking like a child. That's a child's solution to a real world problem. That is a child's solution. You know what you want to do if you really want to cut back on immigration? Charge the businesses that hire illegal immigrants and don't hire Americans so they don't have to pay Social Security, so they don't have to pay for insurance coverage and all that. If you want to go after the industries that hire people, you might put a dent in it. But, we can't do that because they give us money. I mean, seriously, I've never taken anybody seriously on the immigration issue that doesn't want to enforce the law with the companies, the industries that hire illegal workers.
They're, the left and the right are being coalesced in Texas. Did you see that the nun was arrested by ICE?
I did. I saw a headline about
Yeah,
this.
there's a nun who was on her way to church, and ICE nabbed her. And my favorite part is they impounded her rosary.
What?
Yeah.
That's evidence.
Took it away from her.
Yeah, when
So both sides are like,
That's evidence of her
maybe
being a
let's
nun.
not. Maybe there's more dangerous people than tiny nuns.
Dave, what was the name of the bed sheet guy?
Nels, Nehls.
Well, when he says something like, all these people are entering the country and we don't know who these people are, what does that mean?
I think he's talking about. I think he's talking about illegal immigrants,
Right, people just showing up.
and those who came in, like asylum seekers. Like they just came in. We don't know who they are. We don't know anything about them. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, it just feels like a weird like fear mongering. Like we don't know what's going. We don't know who they are. Like, well, is the odds that like all of these people are here with bad intentions towards the U.S.? Like, I don't know. It feels a little intense.
Yeah, there's a very small percentage of people that probably do, but most obviously don't because they're not doing anything. But like again, you're not even talking about an actionable solution. Do you think people are going to stop trying to come in because you put a bed sheet over the Statue of Liberty? Like, I mean, he's probably being, smart-assy, whatever. But like, why? Can you just get into the real deal? And again, please answer why you guys won't go after all the companies and businesses that hire illegal people.
It's because one, we have began hiring performers as congresspeople.
Yes.
and they are rewarded for performing, like Senator Kennedy, who's always like, that's a swamp goat's butthole, blah, blah, blah. And now they all want to do it, and I wouldn't be playing him on the DGS if he hadn't said that. Right, so.
Well, are we going to halt applications for the Trump Gold Card?
Something's up with that. I forget what's going on with that.
I don't know. I'm looking at the website right now, and if you make a $1 million contribution, you can receive U.S. residency in record time. If you make a $5 million contribution, you have the ability to spend up to 270 days in the U.S. without being subject to U.S. taxes on non-U.S. income.
Yeah, sounds a good deal.
So I don't know.
Well, we want rich people. Right? I mean, that's their position.
That's all I had.
Yeah.
It's all the audio.
Something.
Yeah.
You feel it every time you check out. Prices up, paychecks stretched, families squeezed. That's why Ann Wagner's fighting to get government off your back and out of your way. Wagner passed the largest tax cut in American history, expanded child tax credits, ended taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And Wagner is working to lower costs so families keep more of their hard-earned money. But Ann Wagner knows delivering for Missouri means more than just protecting their wallets. It means protecting our streets as well. That's why Wagner fought to secure our border, deport dangerous illegal aliens, partner with law enforcement, and put predators behind bars and off our streets so our neighborhoods and communities stay safe. Because real effective leadership protects what matters most: your money, your family, your safety. Ann Wagner for Congress.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
The soundtrack of classic rock is coming to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater August 6th. Leonard Skinner and Foreigner joining forces for one epic night of legendary hits and unforgettable memories. It's the Double Trouble Double Vision Tour. From Sweet Home Alabama to Cold as Ice. Don't miss your chance to experience these two Rock and Roll Hall of Fame acts in one incredible show. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Teachers, healthcare workers, first responders, and military, this one's for you. Scott Credit Union's Community Heroes program offers special financing on homes, autos, and more. It's our way of saying thanks. Visit scu.org today. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 415767. Terms and conditions apply.
Here's a World Soccer Championship Team Spotlight. Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
The U.S. plays on home soil with a squad full of big stars and a new generation of attacking talent. Their youthful, high-pressing style and a gifted forward who thrives in big moments make them a genuine threat to advance deep.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
Hey guys, this is Kevin Wheeler. If you're looking for a little kick in the pants when it comes to dropping a little weight, getting better shape, getting more into the gym, think about Burn Balance Complex, which you can pick up at Supplement Superstores. I've been using it since it came out. It's fantastic. You notice right away the difference. Look, we all have busy schedules. I do and you do. You know, we all have problems sometimes with controlling our eating patterns and staying on a plan. Well, Burn Balance Complex makes that so much easier. It's not magic, but it definitely helps make it easier. It is a complete metabolism system. It's not just a fat burner. So what you're talking about is a natural weight loss option. So if you're a person that doesn't want to go get a prescription, you're not into injections, this is a great choice for you. In addition to the metabolism boost, you get to lower stress and cortisol levels, get better sleep. It can help control appetite and cravings, all day focused energy with no jitters, no crash at the end of the day. If you want the help, and look, we all need it, I know I do, go to Supplement Superstores, tell them your story, mention Kevin Wheeler, and they'll knock 30% off the Burn Balance Complex. You can find your location at supplementsuperstores.com.
Your health story is shaped by more than genetics. Everyday choices like nutrition, physical activity, sleep, tobacco use, and routine screenings all play a role in your future health. Seidman Cancer Center's Your Disease Risk helps you understand how family history and lifestyle work together, offering personalized insights to support healthier decisions. Knowing your risks today can help protect your tomorrow. Visit Seidman.washu.edu/YDR.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
I played this song when I was 16 years old at my very first professional gig. We got paid $50 as a band because a junior in high school got his girlfriend pregnant and they got married and had the reception at the VFW. But I had to be home by 11. That was my curfew. And so I had to leave early. And we said, is there anyone here who plays drums? And my friend Bob Mutz came up and he finished the gig for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a friend.
I was wearing a Rush shirt, and I wanted to wear white wristbands because it was like 1980, and people did that. But my mom bought them for me, and she bought me brown ones.
Okay.
Brown sweatbands are never good. But I was a slave to style, so I wore them. So
Man, that was the worst as a kid when it's like, ooh, there's something I want clothes-wise. And then you get it, and it's like, well, that's not it.
Yeah.
It's kind of close to it, but it's definitely not it.
I got one of the, I forget what year. I was probably maybe 12, somewhere in that range. So this would have been like mid-'80s. And I got a sweatsuit for Christmas that was Carolina blue, right? Like baby blue, that powder blue, and brown. And I pulled it out of there, and my reaction was like, nope, never wearing it. I didn't say that, but that's what I think I wore it once.
It's interesting that parents would do that because put yourself in the parents' shoes. If the parents like, I need a black button-up shirt, and then they go to the store and they get like a green polo and go like, that's close enough. I love it. Like, no, you get the black button-up shirt.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know why you forget what the concept of like needing or wanting a piece of clothing is when it comes to your kids.
Yeah. Vic says, what song? That was Midnight Rendezvous by the Babies. Bow, bow,
Listening to
bow,
Babies.
bow.
Yeah, I prefer to listen to grown-ups, thank you.
Here's my second favorite
Goo Goo Gaga
headline
music.
of the day behind woman denies ownership of cocaine that fell out of her butt. This was in like a real publication, and here's the real headline. Apropos of July 4th. Americans largely in the dark about dangers of hot dogs.
I think we know. We just don't care.
Don't worry about it.
I don't think there's one person who's in the dark about hot dogs.
No,
worried
I
about
think
it.
everybody knows it's stuff you don't want to know, and we don't care.
Yeah.
All beef.
Remember when, like a year ago, the study came out that said every hot dog you eat takes 7 minutes off your life?
Yep.
And
Which is the
all of
stupidest.
us were like, it's fair.
That's fine.
It's fair.
The stupidest
By the end
study.
of my life, I might be ready to go.
Yeah.
I might like 3 hours less suffering.
And you will have enjoyed all those hot dogs.
I've
You
had
gotta
all
pay
those
the
hot
price
dogs.
somehow. That's like saying, like, oh, everything you buy costs you money. Like, well, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
of course it does. I didn't think I was. I
And
didn't
also-
think these hot dogs were promised.
And also, nothing works like that. You know, we're not a debit account. We don't just run out
Yeah.
of change.
Probably get hit by a bus
You
anyway.
know, right? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You have no idea what's
and
going
all
to be
those
the
hot
end.
dogs you left on the table.
And then you got all those people that never take care of themselves and they live to 100.
Yeah, that is always annoying when it's like she's 107 and she says the secret is 2 Dr. Peppers for breakfast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's true.
Dr. Pepper for breakfast, Dr. Pepper in the middle of the night, and I eat 10 hot dogs a day. And that's my secret.
There you go.
Also, I eat an entire carton of cigarettes.
I think that might just be a coincidence.
Right. I think you're alive in spite
Yeah.
of that.
Did you guys see that the FBI says that they can definitively say that the 3 people who reached out with ransom notes in the Guthrie case were all fake?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little suspicious when it was like published by TMZ immediately. Remember last week I was asking him, I was like, so how do we have the note? I don't understand. It seems like if the FBI had it for real and was taking it seriously, it wouldn't be just released to the general public like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It felt pretty fake. And how irresponsible of TMZ to just be like, we have it. It's the ransom
Well,
note.
it was really interesting because I saw the TMZ guy talking about
Harvey
this,
Levin.
and he revealed that he offered the FBI, which I can't believe I didn't figure this out anyway. Of course he did. He offered the FBI to pay this guy the Bitcoin, 60 grand, whatever it was. And then if the guy turned out to be real and gave coordinates to this phone or to Nancy Guthrie's body, he would tell the FBI. And
Why didn't he just do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why does he have to be like, I need your, like, the whole thing is just, I mean, they're a very attention-seeking media outlet, obviously. But I just kind of didn't trust it from the beginning because of the way it was being handled. If you're actually treating something with care, you don't do it the way they did it. And then to come out and be like, I offered to pay it, but they said no. Like, just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Yep. Mosby, it's today the 1st. Is it?
Yes.
That's impossible.
July 1st.
That's nutty. Anyway, Mosby has been doing a freebie summer, and they have all new freebies for the month of July. They are doing basements and decks. Now, of course, they do everything. They can remodel any room in your house. They can remodel all the rooms in your house. They can remodel the outdoor space of your house. They're absolutely fantastic at what they do and have been for decades. But they are doing a refinish your basement sale. If you refinish your basement with Mosby, you're going to get all of the flooring for free. If you are keeping your existing flooring, you can take 5% off the basement project. If you're building a deck, you get all of the deck lighting for free, which is substantial. It's not just like one little light. It's going to be, a lot of beautiful lighting that you're going to choose. And if you don't want to do that, again, take 5% off your deck project. They are the best. They treat me really well. They treat you guys really well. Give them a call, 314-909-1800 or call Mosby.com.
You work hard, follow the rules, and get absolutely slammed by taxes. Your paycheck taxed, your property taxed, everything you buy taxed. Missouri's tax system isn't broken, it's rigged against you. The lawyers and lobbyists working for big corporations and the super rich buried over 200 loopholes for themselves in our tax code. While they pay nothing on the services they use, working families are taxed over and over. It's no wonder they're lying about Amendment 5. Our corrupt tax system is rigged in their favor. They're getting a free ride on your back. Don't believe their lies. The truth is, Amendment 5 closes loopholes exploited by the super rich and slashes taxes paid by Missouri's working families, phasing out income taxes and cutting property taxes. They finally pay what they owe while you keep what you earn. Vote yes on Amendment 5. Paid for by Missouri Promise PAC.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
If you are looking for a place for independent living for older adults, the place is Fairwinds River's Edge in St. Charles. It was voted U.S. News and World Report's best independent living for 5 consecutive years. They have social events for the residents there, wellness programs. Just go to fairwindsriversedge.com. Schedule a tour and hear about all of the great new updated spaces, all the dining, the social events, the best. fairwindsriversedge.com.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn!
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. The voice of St. Louis.
At 2 o'clock, it's a partly cloudy sky right now downtown at the Arch, 93 degrees. The feels like is 96. St. Louis is nicknamed Little Sarajevo, and tonight the USA plays Bosnia in the World Cup.
The U.S. men's national soccer team is looking to advance to the round of 16 in the World Cup, but it will take a win tonight against Bosnia-Herzegovina. The U.S. is coming off a loss against Turkey the last time they played. The Bosnians are underdogs. They finished third in their group, and the live FIFA rankings have them as the number 61 team in the world, while the Americans are ranked 15th. The biggest challenge for the U.S. might be the physicality of Bosnia, who led all teams through group stages with 46 fouls. The match holds a special importance for many people in St. Louis. The city has one of the most passionate soccer communities in the country. It also has tens of thousands of Bosnian Americans. More Bosnians live in St. Louis than any other non-European city in the world. Matt Pauley, KMOX Sports.
I'm from Bosnia, take me to America. Soccer fans in St. Louis might find themselves split on who to cheer for tonight. St. Louis City 2 assistant coach Elvir Kovacic says the area's Bosnian influence will be celebrated tonight.
For me, it's home versus heritage, so no matter who wins at the end, I think I'm going to come out as a winner.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Police in Ohio say 4 family members are facing charges, including child endangerment, after the discovery of 16 children living in deplorable conditions east of Cincinnati. Ohio Attorney General Andy Wilson says police reached the children just in time.
I think if they would have waited another 24 hours, there was a very high probability that we'd be dealing with a death or multiple deaths.
The children now in protective custody. The U.S. has not renewed the U.S.-Mexico and Canada trade agreement as it pursues new deals. The current agreement remains in place until 2036, but will now face annual reviews. 2 daredevils in custody after climbing to the top of the Empire State Building's spire in a stunt that appears to have ended in a proposal. The couple identified as Angela Nicolau and Ivan Berkus, and both now facing charges. In World Cup action today, the U.S. taking on Bosnia and Herzegovina, the first of the knockout rounds. This is ABC News.
Parents take note. Police are putting a curfew into place for downtown 4th of July weekend. Kids caught breaking it after 8 p.m. won't just get a warning. They'll be taken to a reunification center until mom or dad comes to get them. Homicides in the city are tracking lower again through the first 6 months of the year.
There have been 63 recorded homicides in 2026 thus far, the lowest since 2014 when there were 58. Chief of Police Robert Tracy says a factor in this downturn, they and the Circuit Attorney's Office are keeping repeat offenders off the street.
If you can identify that individual, clear that case, make sure that person's not out there doing it again, and also sends a message to other people that there will be consequence, we will find you, and we will make sure we hold you accountable.
Tracy says shooting numbers are also down, and they are clearing homicide cases at an over 80% rate. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
The Dow from Stifel is up 52 points to 52,371.
Nothing changing at all in our forecast. Sunny, hot, and humid. Hazy, big dome of high pressure sitting on top of us. 98 for the high as we go through the afternoon. Hottest time of the day is about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Tonight, clear, warm, humid, uncomfortable. 78 for the overnight low. Thursday, sunny, hot, and humid, 98 degrees. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, no real change. Sunny, hazy, hot, and humid. The shift will add that chance of a pop afternoon or evening thunderstorm. Very, very isolated. We'll keep an eye out. 95 Friday, 95 again Saturday and Sunday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It is a partly cloudy sky at the moment downtown at the Arch, 93, and the feels like is 96. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Why pay full insurance when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Attorney Brad Young joins us as he does a couple times a week. Hello, Brad.
Hey, Dave.
Before we get into the law and politics, let's talk frozen confections. Nick Danberger on the stream says, anyone like dilly bars from DQ? Butterscotch was my go-to, and people judge me for it. This one caught my attention because just last night, Dave bought himself some dilly bars.
Ooh, did you get a whole pack?
I did.
Nice.
I'm rich. I bought a box.
Mm-hmm.
Love me some dilly bars. Real quickly around the horn, what is your go-to order at DQ?
Well, I like the DQ food quite a bit, and lately I've been partial to the flamethrower burger. Delish.
You live your life.
I like that with the fries, and then I'll get I like a chocolate soft serve blizzard with cookie dough is probably my all-time fave.
Wheels? Buster, you're a Buster Bar guy, aren't you?
No. It's a blizzard with peanut butter cups and cookie dough. Ideally, chocolate ice cream.
His wealth.
That sounds awesome.
Staggering.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all of.
He can have anything he wants.
$3.50, man. I'm rich.
Anything extra toppings? Sure, nothing to Kevin.
Then he buys a box of dilly bars and throws them away.
I would not buy dilly bars though.
What's wrong with dilly bars?
I've never been big on the chocolate coated ice cream, things like that.
Okay, so I actually got a dip cone this weekend, but I got the cinnamon toast crunch dip cone.
Oh, now that sounds great.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Brad, how about you?
Well, Ted Drew's is my go-to, but if I'm a DQ, I'm always getting those ice cream sandwiches.
Oh yeah,
the kind where the chocolate
comes off your fingers.
Comes off on your fingers.
Yeah,
and your fingers are coated in it. That's my go-to.
It's good eating. You know what? The cheaper the ice cream sandwich, the better for me. Like just a Go to Schnucks, store-bought, North Star, something like that. I love those things. Okay.
Wait, we didn't get Andrew's order.
I gave him his chance.
Yeah, he's just too busy telling me I'm rich.
Yeah, he used it to go off on Wheeler.
Kevin interrupted when I started to say that he doesn't like dilly bars.
Go ahead.
I like chicken strips. I get the chicken strip basket.
I like the toast that comes with that.
Because it comes with the toast.
And the gravy.
Yes. But also the M&M's Blizzard. You got to try the M&M's Blizzard.
That's good, yeah.
Because the M&M's Blizzard is almost like a swirl because the chocolate and candy coating will rub off on the vanilla ice cream.
It's all colorful.
It's all colorful.
You really are a fast food sommelier.
Yeah.
And it has a vanilla and chocolate kind of combined. It's almost like a
fragrant bouquet too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That kind of happens with the peanut butter cups, but I find
Yes.
it happens more with the chocolate rubs off. The chocolate holds the consistency better in the peanut butter cup.
You could talk about this till the end of the show.
Oh yeah,
you?
I'm prepared to.
Yeah.
This is what with stuff we talk about in the office when we're just back there.
I'm more than prepared.
Details
to talk
like
about
this.
Brad, speaking of being rich, let's start with the President of the United States making billions of dollars last year from crypto, $80 million from suing the media. And, of course, people are focusing on this, and it's the most corrupt administration there's ever been. And I couldn't wait to talk to you today because I don't like the guy. You know this. I do think he's corrupt, but he was already a billionaire. And if he's just making money, he says he was interviewed today and he said everything he has is in a blind trust. He doesn't make any decisions. He doesn't talk to anybody. It was like a 950-page financial disclosure. Can you give me a little primer on when it's cool for the president to make money and when it's not?
Well, I think we could exemplify this issue with the following two situations. I don't think crypto is any problem because he doesn't have any control over how crypto goes up or down. His family owns it. In fact, he started his own meme Bitcoin, which in my view, I tend to fall along the lines of Warren Buffett, which is cryptocurrency. He wouldn't give you $20 for all the cryptocurrency in the world because it doesn't represent anything. So I don't know that that's a problem. What I do think is a problem is, for example, the Trump children own a controlling interest in a Kyrgyzstan mineral mine that mines rare earth minerals that are used by the Defense Department. That I do think is problematic because they could use inside information to go out and buy interest in those companies that's not publicly available. And then when the government, particularly the Defense Department, issues contracts to get rare earth minerals that are necessary for the defense of our country, then at that point they're utilizing inside information. So I don't have any problem with Bitcoin because it doesn't require inside information. But in the situation with Kyrgyzstan, rare earth minerals, that I do think either borders lines on behavior that I think really impacts everyone. I mean, look, Nancy Pelosi became an Uber millionaire because she had inside information. She would give it to her husband. Her husband would go out and buy stuff. So it's not a right or left. It's not a Trump derangement syndrome situation. It's the problem that when government officials have access to info that you and I don't have, they can use that to profit. That I have a problem with. Bitcoin, there's no inside information on that.
So question on the Bitcoin side, because that's a great point about how Congress does this and it's just out there and they're okay because they say that's okay. I saw, I don't know if you guys know the name Jeremy Grantham, but he's a British billionaire, was talking about crypto. And one of the points he made about crypto that he thinks it's like, he's got the Buffett approach, right? Like it's worthless. There's nothing behind it. But he also said it's great at one thing, and that is passing money around between criminals because it's untraceable and nobody can really follow the paperwork.
That's absolutely true. I had a client of mine in 2023 that got hacked. And they hired me. They hired me to represent this company, and I was involved with negotiating through third-party intermediaries to give money via Bitcoin to people. We didn't know where they were. I suspected they were in Bulgaria, but to pay off in order to unlock someone's server that got encrypted and locked up. It was ransomware. So yes, Bitcoin, and I use Bitcoin generically to mean cryptocurrency.
Right.
Cryptocurrency is the currency of criminals. That doesn't mean it can't be used for good. I mean,
but isn't that something we should be worried about with anybody who's elected? Like, because they're not supposed to take foreign money, for example, even if it's not criminals. But any elected official who's tied into anything like that, well, that's just untraceable. People can do what they want.
It is untraceable, and just because cash is also untraceable, but
it's just harder to move.
it is, it is much harder to move. Bitcoin's much easier. I wouldn't be opposed to some sort of reporting regulations for elected officials when it comes to cryptocurrency, but simply amassing a fortune in cryptocurrency when people are, in my opinion, dumb enough to buy that type of cryptocurrency, and it makes someone extremely wealthy. I don't really think that's violating anything with regard to the public trust. I do think, though, when you're using that inside information to gather in wealth, that is a problem.
Brad Young with us for a couple of segments here, which is not enough time because we have so much to talk about. Let's talk about the Supreme Court this week, and let's start with the 5-4 decision on birthright citizenship. Your thoughts?
I thought this would have been a wider margin. The court ended up doing 6-3, and it affirmed this idea under the 14th Amendment that says specifically that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, that's the key phrase, are citizens. And historically, textually, by the exact words that are there, I think it applies to everyone. In fact, there was a Supreme Court case in the 1890s that validated this exact same ruling. The dissent focused on and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, stating that people who come here illegally are not subject to the jurisdiction thereof because that particular clause in the 14th Amendment was designed just to apply to slaves. It wasn't designed to apply to immigrants. So that therein lies the issue. I think the court got it right. And I think that this is going to put this issue to rest. I don't see this coming back again.
So apropos of that, Brad, I spent 20 years on 97.1, and I don't remember ever really having this discussion. I didn't clock that this was a conservative talking point to get rid of the birthright citizenship until Donald Trump. But now, like, Mike Johnson's throwing up because it's so terrible, and Senator Eric Schmidt from Missouri is introducing legislation to try to bypass and just do it through Congress. You're a good conservative. Is this something you guys talk about?
It is. Yeah. Well, with my conservative friends, it is. They disagree with me on this, but I call balls and strikes. And when I look at the wording, to me, it's all about the wording and what was meant by it. And if you look historically, what was meant by this is if you're born in this country, you are in this country. I saw a clip recently of Ronald Reagan talking about this particular clause and highlighting that unlike France, if you move to France, you're never going to be a Frenchman. If you move to Japan, you're never going to be Japanese. But if you're born in this country, you truly are an American. It's hard to say Ronald Reagan is a flaming liberal. So I tend to agree with Ronald Reagan. Okay, that's not hard to do for me. So this is a problem, but it's a problem, I think, that just like on the left, if you ask any mainstream Democrat if they have a problem with socialists, they're going to publicly tell you no, and privately after the second martini, they're going to say this is our MAGA. Okay, and I think the same is true with this birthright citizenship. You cannot publicly go out and say, "Oh yeah, I'm for what's it called, citizenship tourism, where people come here and have babies so they can be Americans." I am against that, and I think they got it wrong. But privately, they're going to say, "Hey, listen, the 14th Amendment says what it says," and it's hard to disagree with it.
We'll take a quick break here. We'll come back and we will cover the transgender sports issue. We'll take back up this issue of the not resurgence, but surgence, I guess, of democratic socialism lately, especially in New York, but, kind of all over the country. Let me tell you guys about Universal Windows Direct, and I will share with you something that I didn't know because I'm not a real man, but I didn't realize how important your windows were to the efficiency of your house when it comes to weather like what we've been having the last week, weather like what we have, every winter. You can save about a third on your heating and cooling bills 12 months out of the year. So it kind of pays for itself eventually, right? We have great prices on our windows. We have great guarantees and warranties. And we have this deal going on right now for DGS listeners. You can buy 4 windows, get 4 for free with no limit. So 50% off, 48 months, 0% interest financing, same as cash. So 4 full years with 0 interest, making this one of the easiest times to invest in your home. 314-334-2522, universalwindowsdirect.com.
For years, Gone South has been a podcast about crime in the American South. But for our new season, we're widening the lens. Through deeply reported, narrative-driven stories, we're digging into the myths, scandals, and power structures that still shape the South, and, in a lot of ways, the country itself. Follow and listen to Gone South Season 5, an Odyssey podcast. Available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
Here's a World Soccer Championship Team Spotlight, brought to you by the first ever Infiniti QX65 and by Lowe's. Members get more at Lowe's.
Argentina arrives as defending champions, anchored by its aging but peerless creative forward, the greatest of his generation. Behind him, a disciplined midfield and explosive wide attackers make them a threat from every angle.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We are on the biggest stage in the world right now, and I am talking about soccer. The whole world is paying attention, and FanDuel has decided to change the game. And as you know, if you bet soccer, that sometimes your player gets subbed out, and then what happens? Your bet goes with them. Well, FanDuel says we have a better way to do it. That's not happening anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues with the substitute. So you are still in it until the final whistle. Just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started now. I've been telling you about this app for many, many months. I love using it. It's easy to use. All the information you need is right there. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
dog.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
100 years of service and still at your service. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS, talking to attorney Brad Young. We have spoken about the birthright citizenship and the president's financial disclosure. Brad, your thoughts on the ruling upholding a state's right to say that biological males who are transitioning or have transitioned to female cannot compete in women's sports?
Well, I think from my perspective, they got it right, but let me kind of go through how they reach this decision very briefly. The main thrust of the argument here was under Title IX, whether or not it becomes discriminatory under the 14th Amendment. In other words, you're treating people differently. If you say as a state that if you have to align your sports affiliation to your birth gender, not to your chosen gender. And when you look at under the 14th Amendment, Dave, particularly under the equal classification kind of clause there, the court pointed out that they're treating everyone the same, that there's no difference. If you're born a female, whether you're born a male, you're being treated exactly the same. And so regardless of how you identify. And so it's also giving power under the 10th Amendment to the states to control things that is not specifically delegated to the federal government. So I think they got it right. The dissent pointed out that it's not exactly equal treatment, because if you identify as a different gender, then you're not being treated differently. And that really, I think, comes down to how you see gender. Is gender something that is what's called immutable, which means doesn't change, or is it something that is under the control of the person? Today I'm a woman, tomorrow I'm a man. So that's really what the decision comes down to.
This is so unfair because you could talk for hours about this. But a week or so ago, the president had a bunch of muckety-mucks. One of them was that a-hole from Texas talking about church and state. And he was doing a whole thing like, don't you ever let anyone tell you that that's in the Constitution and it's unconstitutional. There is no separation between church and state. And I made a note like, I need to talk to Brad about this. And, of course, I studied it in law school, but I was drunk a lot. So can you give us a little primer on your views on separation of church and state constitutionally?
Well, as with all things, Dave, what you heard is partially true and partially false. There is no separation of church and state in our Constitution. What our First Amendment says is that the government shall take no action to establish a religion. It doesn't say that they are to be separated. It says that they cannot establish. So let me give you the two extremes. I've represented groups in schools where they wanted to pray around the flag, students, and the school said, you can't do that. All right. That doesn't establish a religion if kids are praying around a flagpole. In fact, that violates the Equal Protection Clause. I've won every one of those that I've been hired to help out with.
Brett, let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
If the kids had been forced to do that, it would be the opposite, right?
Yes.
There you go.
That is the key.
Right.
So if you say every morning we're going to have a mandatory prayer time, that completely violates it, because now you're taking a position that establishes that prayer time is required and mandatory. That's the key. And that's what schools so often get wrong. They think that because they wrongly believe there's a separation of church and state, that says we cannot mention in any way God or religion or anything. And that's just not true. But what also is not true is, and I think this is a problem in Texas, where they're going to be mandating, starting in the 2030-2031 school year, mandating that students read Bible scripture. I think that's a problem. I'm a Christian. But the reason why that's a problem is that you're now establishing that as a religion. Now, one more point here. If that were in the context of saying we're going to have a religious studies class where we're studying Christianity, we're studying Judaism, we're studying Islam, then there's no problem with that. But when you isolate one, that does become a problem because of the mandatory nature of it.
Excellent. As everyone knows who pays attention and, reads and watches television, democratic socialism is having a real moment. And I'm just curious what credence you give to that. Do you think that's the future of the Democrat Party? What do you think?
I think this is pretty well established, Dave, that when you look back in times of extreme, what's perceived to be chaos, right, then sometimes the extreme parties become more prevalent. For example, whenever there was an enormous growth in the size of government, you had perceived from the right problems with the government attacking the right, perceived. Then you had the rise of the Tea Party movement. You had the rise of the MAGA movement. I think this, for the left, having the socialists come up, I think that's the equivalent, that they see that the world is in turmoil because of Donald Trump, and the current, what the far left would call moderate or mediocre Democrats aren't getting the job done. So it's time to go harder to the left. And I think ultimately this is going to be an enormous problem for the Democrats in this country because mainstream America is not going to embrace this. Even though you can win a primary, that doesn't mean you can win a general election. And so if this becomes more prevalent outside of the bluest of blue states, which is where we see it now, primarily New York and California. We also see it in Seattle and in Massachusetts, in Boston in particular. If you get outside of those areas and these progressive or really socialists, they call themselves socialists, if they start gaining traction in primaries, then that's really going to harm the Democrats at the ballot box.
Brad, I thought it was so interesting that Jack Schlossberg lost the primary. Yes. That I thought that was so telling because it's like we have the name recognition. He's part of this political family that people still love and feel connected to. He is pretty progressive, but the voters said, no, not this time.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. It wasn't just the voters, Rachel. It was the primary voters.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And statistics show that only the hardest core individuals vote in primaries. And everyone kind of goes and votes, or not everyone, but more people go and vote when it comes to the general election. And that's the problem that you get into, is that when you have these extreme candidates on the right or the left that can win primaries, and I think we're seeing that right now. For example, in Texas, Ken Paxton made it through the primary in Texas. I don't know that he's going to win as a Republican in Texas because of his views. But the same is true with the progressive socialist left, and that presents a problem when you have to actually win a general election.
Awesome, Brad. Great job. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
My pleasure, guys.
Tell you guys, remind you about my friend Mike at Michael's Baths. And if you're not in the market for a bathroom remodel, file this away. Maybe in the future you will be. Maybe you'll be hanging out at happy hour with your work buddies and someone will say like, hey, we're thinking about doing this. And you can be the guy with the information. Oh, you should check these guys out. They do essentially the same thing that Bath Fitter and 3-Day Kitchen and Bath do. We obviously think we do it better. We have better products, all made in the USA. They don't. They're introducing a new premium wall. If you like the look and the feel of stone without the upkeep, we have that. We're also offering you a free rain shower head, or you can upgrade for free with features like grab bars and a built-in seat. We are 30 to 50% less expensive than the aforementioned companies, and we do a better job, and we're all local. Give them a call, 636-775-0800, or simply go to michaelsbaths.com.
The thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings, so it really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Taking care of your health shouldn't feel complicated. That's why we created Neovitin.
to make nutrition easy. Our doctor-formulated vitamins are designed for real life and delivered straight to your door with our monthly subscription. No guesswork, no running out. Just clean, high-quality supplements manufactured in the USA using the finest domestic and international ingredients. Subscribe today at neovitan.com and take one simple step toward better daily nutrition. Visit neovitan.com and start making nutrition easy today.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Nothing changing at all in our forecast. Sunny, hot, and humid. Hazy, big dome of high pressure sitting on top of us. 98 for the high as we go through the afternoon. Hottest time of the day is about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Tonight, clear, warm, humid, uncomfortable. 78 for the overnight low. Thursday, sunny, hot, and humid, 98 degrees. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, no real change. Sunny, hazy, hot, and humid. The shift will add that chance of a pop afternoon or evening thunderstorm. Very, very isolated. We'll keep an eye out. 95 Friday, 95 again Saturday and Sunday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by Duke's Real Mayo.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
It is 2:31. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-355-8662. 636-355-8662 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-355-8662.
All right, guys, Kevin Wheeler for Burn Balance Complex, which you can pick up at supplement superstores, along with a lot of other great products and a lot of great information, too. The employees at supplement superstores are the best, man. They're all personal trainers. They're all certified sports nutrition specialists. They offer a lot of help for you, and they can explain to you exactly, like detail for detail, what Burn Balance Complex is doing. I can give you the basics, and it's simple. It is a complete metabolism system. And when it comes to, like for me, when it comes to supplements, if something's not doing the job that I expect it to, I don't keep taking it. Burn Balance Complex works. It gets your metabolism working at full speed, which a lot of us have a problem with just naturally. We're just not all optimized, and this helps get your body working with you instead of against you. It's a great natural weight loss option if you don't want to go get a prescription, if you don't want to do injections. Burn Balance Complex is a great option. Now, in addition to the boost to your metabolism, you're talking about reduced stress with lower cortisol levels, better sleep, appetite and craving control, all-day focused energy with no jitters or crash. It's a really great all-around tool. That's why I say it's a complete metabolism system. And look, it's not magic. Nothing is. There is nothing out there that's just magic poof. You get what you want. You got to make good decisions. You got to work out. You got to follow through on a plan. Burn Balance Complex is one of the tools that really keeps me on the plan. It'll do the same for you. So get out to supplement superstores. Tell them you heard Kevin Wheeler talking about it on KMOX. They'll knock 30% off your Burn Balance Complex. You can find a location at supplementsuperstores.com.
Today, the Cards, the Braves.
Cameron Total Access 520. First pitch 6:15.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 234. Ryan Wiggins from 97.1, who's a goofball, will be here at 3 p.m. I love Wiggins.
It's a great title.
He is. He's just a goofball. And then Ian Mackey and Dennis Hancock will be here at 4 for the think tank. We'll talk some more about democratic socialism. A lot of talk going on about it on the stream. You can always take part through
Just
Facebook.
don't fight.
Oh, they can fight. As long as they're not fighting about us, I don't care.
Don't be jerks, you know.
Facebook or YouTube, and you can join the fray. Do a little DGS happy hour. Anyone want to lead off?
Well, I've got something here for you guys.
Do it.
Have you heard of the 2026 Florida Python Challenge?
No.
Ooh. I bet you're getting
Sounds
paid
like
to
something
hunt.
I should join.
Bet you're getting paid to hunt pythons.
Well, you could win a $10,000 prize.
Okay.
So you could win $10,000 if you remove the most pythons during a 10-day event in the Everglades. It's expected to draw about 1,000 snake hunters to South Florida this month. So you have to register, you have to complete an online training course, and the hunt begins just after midnight on July 10th and goes till 5 p.m. on July 19th.
No liability there.
Well,
but they have a real problem with, those invasive species like that. Like they're taking out alligators, they're taking out other indigenous species because they just eat so much and they grow so big and so fast in that environment.
Yeah.
So go hunt them snakes.
So this is kind of just mostly a fun thing because they did a geological survey, and a short-term public hunt like this is not actually a realistic way to get rid of the species. But I'm thinking if you're going to do this, you either really need $10,000 or it sounds fun to you. So
Right. It's something you might do anyway because you
One of the
hunt snakes.
scariest things to me is being in water and stepping on like a giant snake. Maybe the worst thing I can imagine, and God love the people who do it. But when someone drowns, like in a pond, and the divers go out there and they have to feel around for that person's body, God love them, but that, oof.
Those seem like two distinctly different things.
Well, I mean, walking in water I can't see through and stepping on something scary.
Okay.
yeah. Sure. That
Have you
sounds
stepped on a
bad.
snake before?
Um,
I don't think I have.
It's not
No.
a common thing around here.
One time when I was at my cousin's house, the same one where I pooped my drawers and the dog brought it back, there was what looked like a black snake, maybe 6 feet long, in the yard. And me and my two cousins were pretending it was a snake and, shooting it with fake guns and stuff. And so I went up to it and hit it on what would be its head with my little fake gun, and it was a real snake.
Welp.
Yeah. I think maybe I pooped my drawers twice that time.
I'm going to be like you. Dave is like,
And then my Uncle Ernie just took its head off with a hoe.
yeah,
Done.
no playing around.
Uncle Ernie. He's
Yeah,
awesome.
And his hoe.
yeah, it's probably good to know if it's a good snake or a bad snake before you do that, because some of them will keep critters away from your house.
Oh, I'm sure it was a good snake.
Yeah,
It wasn't like a cobra,
that's what I'm saying. Like, the poisonous ones, all right, well, those are dangerous, but the other ones, they're fine.
but it scared me.
Yeah, I bet.
Wheels, what do you got?
All right, so I've been looking at this for a bit because I saw people do a video about it, and I thought there's no way this is real. But they went through and they listed, they were talking about the cost of going to Disney World, right? This is like supposed to be the most magical place on earth, a place where families go and spend their time. And they were talking about all of the things you can do that cost less than taking your family to Disney for a week. Right. So if you guys had to guess, what do you think the range is for just a moderate trip, right? You're not staying luxury and you're not going super cheap, just kind of a middle of the road week at Disney with hotel and all of that. What do you think that is roughly?
Couple grand?
Yeah, it's like $12,000.
Oh, man, I was going to guess like 6.
It's $10,000 to $12,000. And they went through all of these things that you could do with a family of 4 for less than that. Like you could spend a week in Japan. You could spend a week in almost any country in Europe. You could go on a safari in Africa. You could go all of these places. When people complain nonstop about the cost of what it is to go to a ball game or to go to a sporting event, how come we don't have the same complaints about Disney?
I don't know.
Because
this is like, it's insane that a moderate trip to a place like that for a week is $10,000 to $12,000. That's insane.
Yeah, but if they charged less, it would be overrun, right?
I don't know. I guess it's possible.
Because they're not hurting for people to attend Disney.
Well, no, I
This
know.
is what
I know
people
that
are willing
I
to
know
pay.
for a few years they've been worrying that their numbers are down, and I wonder if their numbers are partly down because most people can't spend $10,000 to $12,000 on a week-long vacation.
I thought they had intentionally raised their prices because they wanted people with more money coming to Disney. Look, it doesn't make sense to me either. I will probably never go to Disney unless I have a child someday and that's like their greatest dream. Then sure, I'll look into it.
Well, the reality is, too, almost nobody spends a week. Right? Normally you go for a few days.
But to some people, like, this is what they want to do, and every penny is worth it. And it's like, you know what? More power to you. I'm sure I'm doing things that don't make any sense to you.
Are you weirded out by Disney adults, or is it like, where would you dig?
Where would you dig? I mean... it's not for me, but like if you're going and having fun and it's your hard-earned money, am I really going to try to tell you how you're supposed to be spending it?
I think the worst people are the ones that judge Disney adults.
Yeah, like that one lady who was like, we should ban them from the park. Like, oh, okay, so Disney's not going to take their money because you mismanaged your time with your 3-year-old or whatever.
I don't understand the logic of crapping on people that enjoy something like that. I mean, how are sports fans any different?
Going to a Disney park is watching an eternal war, like vampires versus werewolves. Watching
it's the eternal battle.
Watching the 40-year-olds that have kids and the 40-year-olds that don't have kids, and they all just hate. Each side just hates the other one so much. Just ancestral foes.
Yeah, the opposite.
Going to war.
The opposite of those people that hate the Disney adults, who show up with no kids. The opposite of that are the people that say, "Stop bringing your kids everywhere." Why do you bring your kids everywhere? Well, if I don't bring my kids, I don't get to go anywhere. I mean, like, it's a world where all of us exist together. It's okay to bring kids. There was this big thing like, don't bring your kids to a restaurant that's also a brewery. That's for adults. Like, no, the restaurant allows families. And if it's a brewery, it's a brewery. Why can't I bring my kid if I want to go somewhere? Like, what? Andrew's right. This weird battle between these two extreme factions of like nonsensical, illogical people is just baffling to me.
So you went to the opera?
I did go to the opera.
Oh, I forgot about
purpose?
this.
Yeah, well, I had to do I had to do my part in the war. I also went to war against the people that had children at the opera. The battleground is waged across America. No, I went to the opera on purpose. I was a young friend of the opera. I went as part of the Young Friends of the Opera, which is anyone under the age of 50, which I thought was very, very... It tickled me to no end.
Yeah, it's nice.
That the young friend... It was nice to be called young, you know.
What did you see?
I saw Pirates of Penzance. Which is a very, very silly, very, very funny.
Yeah, sure.
They knew what was funny back in 1890, I tell you what.
Can I ask
They
a
had
really
good sense.
maybe an obvious dumb question? Could you understand what they were saying?
Yeah, it was in English.
It was in English, okay.
So that was Gilbert and Sullivan. That was written in England. Gilbert and Sullivan were a pair of British guys.
He's saying
who
Gilbert
would write.
and Sullivan like this.
Like
means
we know who
something
that
to
is,
me.
yeah.
I'm like,
Wildly
Gilbert
famous.
and Sullivan,
Gilbert
of course.
Gottfried and Ed Sullivan wrote
I know
it.
who they are.
Thank you, Dave. Wildly famous people.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm just
Sure
I
they are.
don't know
Yeah, I'm
anything
sure they
about
are.
the opera. Anytime there's like an opera trivia question, I'm like, Madame Butterfly. That's the only name of one that I know.
I don't even know who that is.
All I know about
She's the
Gilbert
madam.
and Sullivan is people just say things like, well, that sounds very, very Gilbert and Sullivan.
Yeah, they
So
had.
it always sounded like a knock.
No. They were extremely popular and
I know.
successful.
Yeah.
But anyway, to get off of them, they wrote this and they were English, so English is the native language of it. And I didn't find it hard to understand really at all. But they do at Opera St. Louis on the Webster campus. They have screens to either side of the stage.
Yeah.
That have the lyrics on them
Nice.
as they're singing them. So if you
Wheels, could you enjoy the opera?
No.
Wheels, you would have loved this.
No, I would not.
It was so funny.
I can't do it.
Also, I didn't know that we had this here. Like this was new. I'd never been to anything like this before. Like this was new to me, as it would be to you guys. And it was really fun to see like a part of the city that I just didn't know. Of
course.
I love that stuff. I love seeing like parts of our community that I just had no idea existed, which is like a thriving group of people who love the opera and beautifully performed so well. I just didn't know we had people that could do stuff like that around here.
Was it the venue full? Like a lot of people there?
Totally sold out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so this was the closing performance, I think, of the opera season, which runs for a couple months in like the spring and early summer. And this was the closing performance they do like 5 different shows throughout the year. And I think this was the end of the season, and it was totally sold out. super packed house, and they had a buffet beforehand.
I was going to ask, how was the buffet?
Buffet was great. I had salmon cakes, and I had some sort of a chicken thing.
Some sort of a chicken thing.
Open bar.
Nice.
Tied on a couple of pirate punches.
Oh boy,
which is just fruit punch with
now we know why you
with,
had fun.
I've seen you with punches.
Yeah, now we know why you had fun.
I remember when
it's
Rachel.
actually not a funny
it's just
opera at all.
it's just the
He's
punch.
just drunk.
Yeah, he actually saw Les Miserables.
He's back there. This is hilarious.
Hilarious. They're on the ship, and I'm like, pirates.
One of my favorite DGS things this year was when Rach and Andrew went with me to Mardi Gras when I was the poobah. And Rachel took a hurricane out of Andrew's hand. She's just like, I think you're good.
I
was doing just fine. Thank you very much. I did think it was an interesting choice, though, to have an hour and a half of open bar before sending us into this theater to watch the opera.
See, now we know we know why you had fun, though.
I was like, this seems like a really dangerous thing.
Want to hear a shocking statistic? Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in America. Don't believe it? Google it. And that doesn't count serious injuries like birth injuries to perfectly healthy children. All doctors wear white jackets, but it doesn't make them all the same. Most medical errors are committed by the same quacks over and over again. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Many hospitals looking for more profits are forcing doctors and their groups to be employees of the hospital or be forced out of their system. It's a troubling trend in medicine. People make mistakes, but medical mistakes are huge and often forever. If you believe your child suffered a birth injury or a misdiagnosis or mistake led to a loved one's death or injury, let our team of medical malpractice lawyers examine your case for free. No recovery, no fee. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Get ready for a night back with legendary hits and non-stop energy. Brian Adams is bringing the Roll with a Punches tour to Enterprise Center Friday, July 24th.
Hello, this is Brian Adams.
Sing along to the classics as Brian Adams delivers an unforgettable night of rock anthems. Plus, special guests Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo. Brian Adams, July 24th. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Join Jerry Ricken and Heidi Ricken Provost for Kickin' with the Rickens, Redefining Retirement, every Saturday at 3 p.m. right here on KMOX. And get more, including the Kickin' with the Rickens podcast, when you visit RickenFinancial.com.
Need to order food for your workplace?
Yep.
That's a rhetorical question. Who are you?
Oh, I'm May, an admin who loves EasyCater.
Well, may I continue? I'm the voice of EasyCater. And don't you have work?
Actually, EasyCater saves me so much time ordering food for the office, I thought I'd take a minute to spread the word.
Well, this is a 30-second spot, and we're halfway through, so...
Right. EasyCater gives you a huge variety of restaurants to feed your workplace. Any group size, any budget, anytime, anywhere. How's that?
You trying to take my gig?
Start an order at EasyCater.com.
What's going on here?
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Homeowners, I know a lot of you are worried about one thing when it comes to selling, and that's leaving money on the table. Hey, this is Kevin Wheeler. I'm here with Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So, Gloria, how do you help sellers make sure that they get top dollar?
The reality is, most homes don't sell for what they should. I see it happen all the time. They either price it wrong or they don't create enough demand. But with over 2,400 buyers in my Buyers in Waiting database and my exclusive pricing strategy, I'm able to offer my seller a 100% market value guarantee. And if I can get you 100% of your home's market value, I'll pay you the difference. So you don't have to wonder if you left money on the table. You can sell with confidence, knowing you maximize your sale.
Make sure you get every dollar for your home. That's why you call St. Louis real estate expert Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888 or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 250. Hey, Wheels, you want to see Rachel get mad?
Yes, I love angry Razor.
Hey, Rach.
What's up?
Taylor and Travis are building a whole ass castle inside the Madison Square Garden for their wedding.
That's what I heard. I don't. It's not my taste. It's not my taste. That's the nicest thing I could think to say. So that's what I'll say. It's not my taste.
Just their overall existence.
Just like the giant spectacle when you're already both so in the public eye, but then it's like, oh, this is our relationship.
Right.
And like, this is our special day for us. But we are going to hold it at Madison Square Garden. And we're building a fairy tale princess castle.
It's a little much. Little on the nose.
I try not to be like, you're too old for that. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe a little too old for that.
You know, if I were as famous as rich as them, I probably wouldn't have any idea how much people hated me either. Right? Like you're so protected from it, and you're constantly worshipped and photographed everywhere you go, and people screaming your name. Like there's so many people out there who just are like, oh my God.
Well, not to mention like your immediate inner circle is only ever going to tell you what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's just part of having like a role like that in a celebrity's
not
life.
mine. When I rolled out my health issues this morning, Andrew told me I was basically good as dead. So
Clock's ticking, man.
He's not gassing me out.
I do kind of
Take
have a
that
theory
medicine.
though, because I mean Taylor Swift is a billionaire. She could burn as much money as she would like on this situation. I do wonder if the Madison Square Garden thing is not going to happen at all, and it is just like a huge distraction. It very well could be. Or it could be like at the last minute, like, hey, here's the website, buy your tickets to the watch party at Madison Square Garden. It's actually at a separate location, but we're like live streaming it to the big screens in
Maybe
there or
right.
something. It could be something like that.
I just love the whole dynamic, though. Like, famous people are like, please give us our privacy, but look at us! Look at
Yeah.
everything we do! Because we want to show you, but then give us our privacy. Like, good luck.
New report says that some celebrity superfans are spending serious money to be buried next to their idols. One Marilyn Monroe fan paid $195,000 for a mausoleum crypt near her.
Why is it that you always hear about these people who are like super weird about stuff like that? How did they get their money?
Right.
Like, don't you ever see like weird people who are rich and it's like they don't even work? And it's like, where did all of your money come from? How did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious.
No Country for Old Men and There Will Be Blood were both shot at the same time right next to each other in Texas. And the smoke from There Will Be Blood wafted onto the No Country for Old Men set and caused it to be shut down for a couple of days.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Both pretty great movies.
Yeah, came out around the same time. I think we're both same award season.
Love those movies.
They're both really good.
Couple of bad people in the news. Kate Gosselin. Is she anything to you guys? Were you guys too young for Kate Plus 8?
I did not watch Kate Plus 8, but I remember her being in the tabloids all the time with John.
She's such a hateable person.
Both of them are.
And her son Colin is coming out with a new tell-all book, and she is getting ahead of it by saying he is mentally ill.
Oh.
And then Blake Lively. Blake, shut the F up. Do yourself a favor. The whole thing had kind of blown over, and okay, I'm not going to pay you anything, and Justin Beldani, you're not going to pay me anything, and we're just going to go be billionaires. Now she's back at it, saying she demands $8 million from him for her legal fees. This is such, dude. People may have forgotten with time that you're such an a-hole, and you might have got cast in a movie, but now you're just bringing it all back up.
Oh, I feel bad because someone on the stream says they're starting to wish they had never come on the stream because the chat is BS politics. I promise
It's not normally like that.
This is an unusual
We
day.
have like 3 people that have taken over the stream and decided to conduct their own sideshow.
I never like to block people because of their political views.
No.
But we will block you if you just take over the stream.
Right, because we got people that want to participate in the show and not have a side conversation take over the stream.
Yeah, I've been enjoying reading it. I'm learning a lot about democratic socialism, but you have until 3, so you have 6 minutes left to bust each other. And Brian M's in on it, too, so it's really lively. But, yeah, at 3, we're just going to...
Brian M's contribution is Break Lively just seems extra, and we're like, he's in the political mix now.
He's on it.
I think I have
political.
I think I have a solution, and the solution is the guy who's like, this chat's political. I'm just going to block him.
No, you can do
It's
that.
faster than blocking. It's faster than blocking all the other people.
Because he wants to do the right thing and participate in the show, and other people have decided to have their own show on our stream and take that away from the other people that want to comment.
Yeah, but he said something earlier I didn't like either. I don't remember what it was, but he said something where I was like, keep it an eye on.
None of it is a huge deal. I'm just saying this chat is not normal. It's not political arguments every day.
Never. Well, I shouldn't say never, but rarely.
Very rarely. This is a special circumstance we have going on. We thank you all for being here and listening to the DGS.
I haven't minded it that much. I thought it was kind of interesting.
I like that the chat's projected onto my face. I'm trying to figure out how I can make
I can
that.
move it if you don't want
No.
it there.
I'm trying to figure out how to make it fun. I don't know how to.
Okay, well, maybe off the air we'll figure out how to make it fun.
Go to Sleep says, oh, don't let Brian act like he's the cool guy. Now I can't even see what the finish of that. There's so many...
Yeah,
right.
so there's another weird thing on our end of the stream where whenever we post a message
Goes on
to the
4
chat,
different places,
it goes
yeah.
4 times.
Yeah. Hey guys, this is Kevin Wheeler. If you're looking for a little kick in the pants when it comes to dropping a little weight, getting better shape, getting more into the gym, think about Burn Balance Complex, which you can pick up at Supplement Superstores. I've been using it since it came out. It's fantastic. You notice right away the difference. Look, we all have busy schedules. I do and you do. You know, we all have problems sometimes with controlling our eating patterns and staying on a plan. Well, Burn Balance Complex makes that so much easier. It's not magic, but it definitely helps make it easier. It is a complete metabolism system. It's not just a fat burner. So what you're talking about is a natural weight loss option. So if you're a person that doesn't want to go get a prescription, you're not into injections, this is a great choice for you. In addition to the metabolism boost, you get to lower stress and cortisol levels, get better sleep. It can help control appetite and cravings, all-day focused energy with no jitters, no crash at the end of the day. If you want the help, and look, we all need it, I know I do, go to Supplement Superstores, tell them your story, mention Kevin Wheeler, and they'll knock 30% off the Burn Balance Complex. You can find your location at supplementsuperstores.com.
So, guys, about Neovitin, I talk about them all the time. You guys could probably do the live instead of me. It is the simplest thing in the world. You either are open to taking a vitamin supplement or you're not. Now, you may not be open because you're super into it, and you just don't think that a one-a-day vitamin can do anything for you. You take mega packs, and they're $500 a month, and trust me, I've been there, and I remember going to the doctor, and he said, what the hell are you doing? Like, your blood tests are insane. And I told him, and he's like, don't do that. You're just going to either urinate all the extra vitamins out, or it's going to hurt your organs. And this is back in like 1984. So if you're doing that, just be careful, because what we have is a multivitamin with 20 different ingredients, exactly what our doctors and scientists say that we need, including omega-3 fish oils. You take 2 a day. They cost less than $1 a day. A portion of every sale is going to go to cancer research. It was created in St. Louis. It's manufactured in the U.S. under the strictest guidelines. You can find it on the shelves at Schnucks and Deerbergs and online at neovitin.com.
See website for details. BillsHappen.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, we've got a partly cloudy sky, some sun. It's 95 degrees. The feels like is 98 downtown at the Arch.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
More like it's the 4th of July. Do you know where your children are? Police want you to because a curfew is going into effect for the downtown area this weekend. Chief Robert Tracy tells us it starts at 8 p.m. and any juveniles caught out past that time will be taken to a reunification center to wait for a parent or guardian. Tracy has not specified exactly which nights the curfew covers. More details are expected later today. Homicides in St. Louis City have dipped through the first 6 months, trending down for the third year in a row. The 63 homicides are the lowest since there were 58 in 2014. Chief of Police Tracy says not only are there fewer homicides, they're increasingly finding the alleged killers.
How many homicides have happened in a year, and how many have you solved in that current year? So we're at about 84-85%, which national average, it's been reported a couple of years ago, was at a little over 50%.
Tracy says shooting instances are also down through the first 6 months of the year. There was a new candidate announcing his run for one of the highest positions in St. Louis City.
Demetrius Alfred, the former president of the St. Louis City Firefighters Union, is running for president of the Board of Aldermen, seeking to unseat Aldermanic President Megan Green. Alfred says in a statement to KMOX there is a need to get back to focusing on the everyday needs that impact residents. In particular, he names infrastructure challenges, improving the city's delivery of services, finding common ground on improving public safety, along with creating more economic opportunity for residents of North and South City. Alfred was president of the St. Louis City Firefighters Union for 12 years and currently serves as president of the Missouri State Council of Firefighters. The election is not until 2027. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
President Trump is in North Dakota today to open a new Teddy Roosevelt Library. The president says the project started when he signed an order in his first term to set aside land.
Today we come to the heartland of America to pay tribute to a man who embodied the heart and soul and fight and spirit of our country as much as anyone who ever lived. And he's a very special man, and that's why I'm here, President Theodore Roosevelt. And he loved your community, he loved your state, and he was quite something. He was really quite something.
A large number of St. Louis soccer fans might find themselves split on who to cheer for tonight. That's because St. Louis is home to the largest Bosnian population outside of Europe, and Bosnia and Herzegovina face off against the U.S. tonight at 7. Former Bosnian national team star and SLU Billiken Vlada Bilisevic came to St. Louis as a teenager with his family. Has an easy answer for who he'll be cheering for tonight.
It will be a little bit easier because I left a little bit earlier than expected, I would say, because of soccer, and then ended up obviously playing for Bosnia, for my homeland. For me, it's clear that I'll be cheering for Bosnia, of course.
But the answer isn't so clear for others, including Amir Naulik, the owner of Balkan Treat Box.
If we lose, we still have a horse in the race. At least we lost to our home, you know. Bosnia, let's go Bosnia, we're going to win. But in case we don't, then I'll continue cheering on the U.S.
This just in, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce will celebrate their wedding on Friday at Madison Square Garden, according to a source talking with the Associated Press. Let's go to our source at Stiefel and Vice President for Investments, Scott Bedell, for a check of the St. Louis Business Index. Scott?
Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon, everyone. The second half of the year kicked off today, and stock markets struggled to move higher. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, hoping to put together 3 winning days in a row, fell in the last 10 minutes of trading, losing 13 points to 52,306. The Standard & Poor's 500 index slid 0.2% to 7,483, while the NASDAQ Composite Index lost 0.2%, finishing at 26,040. The Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index turned in one of the better performances of the day, but just up 1 point, finishing at 1,704. Helping that index to move higher, Stifel Financial up 3% at $71.85. Energizer gained 2 1/3% at $21.94. Post Holdings advanced 3%. They finish at $90.94. On the downside, Emerson Electric fell 2.5% at $139.52, while Anheuser-Busch also down 2.5%. They finish at $80.25. This has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, please visit our website at stifel.com.
The steam bath continues sunny, hot, humid, and hazy as we go through our Wednesday afternoon. The high 98. The record is 105 from 1980. That was also a beast of a summer. So nowhere close to record heat, but 98 is 98 and humid. Tonight, clear, warm, humid. Upper 80s to near 90 for evening plans, 78 for the overnight low. Thursday, sunny, hot, and humid, 98. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, each day sunny, hot, hazy, and humid. Each day could bring a pop afternoon or evening thunderstorm, very isolated, 95 for high temperatures Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's here for a while. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Sunshine at the moment downtown at the Arch, 95 degrees. The feels like is 98. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Why pay full insurance when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. 307. The Electric Wiggins is here from down the hall.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too, always.
Okay, I'm going to start with the thing about you. So Wiggins used to be on the show, and he was just full of beans, and he would tell these stories. And one of your classic stories, I believe I have modified in my mind. So I'm going to tell you the story, and then you tell me what really happened.
Okay. Hopefully any of this is real.
Yeah. You had told a story about trying to buy a guy's vacuum.
Oh, yeah.
On Craigslist.
That's the story that got me the job.
Yes. And in my mind, what happened was you showed up at the guy's house, and he was sort of creepily hiding behind a couch. And you finally said, like, is there a problem? And in my mind, he stepped out and had wet his pants.
No. That's okay. You're not really far off.
Okay.
But you are missing.
Did I make
details.
it a better story?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, if the guy had peed himself, I guess that's a whole nother chapter in the story. But he didn't pee himself. So he was so he had this nice canister vacuum right there at his very nice house in St. Peter's. And it was right in the foyer, and I walked in, and it was all laid out like it was like a Macy's. And I'm like, well, this is great. And he only wanted $60 for it or whatever. So he was standing real far away. It was a big open concept room, living room, and the couch was in the middle, facing the TV, which was facing away. And he was standing behind it, just kind of fidgeting. And
Can I ask a question? How did you get into the home?
I think I knocked and I heard come in or something
Okay,
like that.
okay.
I don't think it was anything weird.
I didn't know if he had like let
You don't think
in.
you just crept in yourself?
I don't think I came in the back door and was like, I think this might be the right house.
Yeah, that would make more sense while he was fidgeting.
Yeah, he's back in there like, hey,
whoa.
What are you doing here, buddy?
Turns out the vacuum wasn't even for sale.
Right. I'm the guy from Facebook.
Just take it and go, man.
You do what you need to do, man. But no, he was standing there and fidgeting, and I thought, this is kind of weird. And I had all the things, and he was fidgeting with his belt. So I knew something's happening here, but I don't know what it is. And I couldn't
About
quite
to get that vacuum a lot cheaper.
I had maybe 75% of it in my arms. I couldn't get the whole load with all the accessories and everything. And I was walking out to my car, and I'm a little slow on the uptake. But as I was at my car, thinking about what I had just seen, I'm like, I think there's a chance that I'm going to go back in that house, and that man is going to be fully naked and doing some things to himself and making me watch. But
I love that you had resigned you. You'd resigned yourself.
Making you. Like, well, I guess I got to watch this.
Well, I got to get that charging adapter.
Hey, it's whatever's on TV, you know?
I did need the rest of the accessories. This was for my wife, which is a whole nother weird joke to say that I was buying my wife a vacuum for her birthday, but I was. And
a used vacuum.
Used vacuum, that's right.
From a naked guy.
Well, we were poor. Well, St. Peter's, this must be a nice vacuum. So I think what I'm going to do is, he was far enough away from the door that even if I go back in and he is doing that, I could probably grab those things, give a quick thank you.
Yeah, just
drop the
pretend
money.
it's not happening.
Yeah, and then just say, enjoy your day, and I'll be out of here. And I
enjoy your day.
So I did. So I walked back up and I opened that door thinking, let's see what this is. Tried not to look up, but then he was standing a lot closer, but he was still clothed.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, this is going okay then. And he goes, and I'm trying to kind of talk, be nice. I don't really know what your deal is, but I'm slowly conversing with him. Oh, you're at home in the middle of the day. Do you work from home? That kind of thing. And he was trying to get me out of there so bad, and I didn't know it. And he finally said, look, you can have it for $40. And I'm like, done. Here's $40. And then he just said, look, I'm sorry that I'm sorry. I feel so weird. But I didn't know. You never know who's going to come into your house. You never. And he was been saying that last time I came into. You never know who's going to come into your house. So he was nervous. And he finally said, he moved his hands from his belt. And I saw that he had, here's where your wedding thing came in. He had strips of wetness on his pocket that was right near his junk.
Okay.
And it was, he goes, you never know who's going to come to your house, man. I had this mace in my pocket and the bottle exploded.
Oh, no.
And I could see it. I mean, it was all over him, and he was on fire from the waist down and was trying to get me out of his house so he could go in the shower, but he was too nervous to just go in the shower and let me get the stuff. And here I am going, oh, you work from home? Oh, that's really neat. Nice house. You got open floor concept. And he's like, get out. I've got mace all over me. So it ended up being a little less weird than I thought, but it was still weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, who wants to mace their groin? Ugh.
I feel like you can't say that he was too nervous. Yeah, I'm back here too. I feel like you can't. He just turned around and gave the craziest look.
He's like, is that guy back there?
I feel like you can't say he was too nervous to let the Craigslist stranger just walk around his house and take whatever he wanted by himself while he took a shower.
Well, I mean,
I think he made the right decision staying out in the staying out in the living room. You want to get the
shower as fast as possible, though. And he couldn't, because I didn't know what was going on. And I think he was also too nervous to tell me what had happened, because he thought, oh, this guy then could take advantage of me. So he was really in a pickle.
I see, yeah.
You might be
finally, at the end, he came to trust you.
Yes, because I was clearly
you might be putting
clearly you were cool.
Right.
Yeah. You might be putting too much responsibility on yourself in this situation. This sounds like it was this guy having a bunch of problems.
Were you offended
independent
at all
of you?
He thought he might need mace against you?
No, because he didn't know who I didn't. We didn't have a conversation ahead of time.
How big and strong he is.
Listen, I work in radio. You may know me. You know, I mean, none of that was true at the time anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Would you be offended if someone had mace when you entered their home?
It would make me feel really weird.
Yeah, I think I would be more intimidated by them than they would be of me if I walked in and they were
interesting.
brandishing a self-defense weapon.
What if it was a lady?
I would feel like just don't sell the vacuum. You know,
That's a great point.
Right.
That's a great point.
So
if you're so
context
worried,
matters.
if you're so worried about dealing with a stranger that you've got like a weapon on you.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is
You don't have to sell the
There's
vacuum.
a phrase that's real common on Facebook. It's called porch pickup.
Right.
You
right.
could just put. I mean, it was right there. You could just put it right outside the door, and the whole.
I'm a big
problem's
fan of
solved.
meeting places. I've always done like meet at the
Yes.
gas station where there's lots of cameras or whatever.
I can't remember what I did.
I'll be the guy holding 3 shotguns because I'm terrified of
And
you.
then if you mace yourself there, you could just get the fountain soda. And
Then you just get the fountain. You just rush in and you go, "What's the code to the bathroom?" I maced myself in the groin.
Wonder how bad that is.
probably pretty
I mean,
bad.
think about how
probably
bad,
the worst thing imaginable.
Think about how bad icy hot is.
You've had that down there
Yeah.
on purpose?
No, just sometimes you use that. Like I had a hamstring injury,
No,
and you
just
put
some-
it on there, and
That
then
is
it gets
not where your hamstring
and
is.
No, I know, but it gets on your.
I had to
underwear.
find it first.
It gets on your underwear, or it gets on your jock strap, and then all of a sudden now you've got like a fire.
He's always talking about jocks.
This is
Don't
quite
say-
a story.
Don't say jock strap.
That's what it is.
Wait, now
Scott, what's what goes? Where's the cup goes when you're a baseball player?
I got to clarify though. This
Don't make us
wasn't
think about you
just-
putting icy hot on a jock strap.
This wasn't just
No,
a
it was on the
gentleman
leg, but hey.
who happened to accidentally spray himself in the groin. This whole canister had exploded all over him. So it wasn't just like, oh, let's do a little test here. Oh, my goodness, that's really something we could try tonight.
Was it 1,000 degrees in his house? How did it
I don't know.
explode?
That I didn't have time to ask.
Craig
Yeah.
says that's why Wheeler reproduces asexually.
Well, that's one of the reasons. It's also faster that way.
You're worried about the speed.
You're
of
worried
making
about the
children.
expeditiously.
I don't
need
have
this
time for
kid
this.
Yeah,
right now.
Hey, listen, if I want a kid, it's got to happen.
I want a
you know?
kid now. What if I don't want one tomorrow?
Yeah.
Better just split off like a snail.
Yeah. It's just like that. Exactly like that.
He goes, let's go.
I know the icy hot's involved somehow. I guess I'm just going to have to experiment.
It's the hidden ginger power.
I'm just going to have to rub it everywhere.
I'm just going to put on my hamstring about 6 inches below my belly button.
Yeah, you guys obviously don't understand how pulling things up works.
You still talking about pants?
I thought that was what they called the hamstring.
It makes total sense.
It makes total sense.
You guys are gross.
I'm sorry, I forgot you were here.
Clearly. There's also thousands of people listening.
Oh, that's an exaggeration.
Also immortalized on the internet forever. Because I don't know how to take anything off of YouTube.
Here's
I stand by it.
Here's your next reels.
Oh, man.
What, are you
Anyway.
expecting me to carry this now? I'm not
Well.
getting involved in that.
Yeah, take over.
Annie is so disappointed.
It's all you, buddy.
We were going to take off, and we were just going to kind of
She's
leave
like, I
it to
just
you.
got you de-glovered.
How is Wiggins America going?
The show is going well. The segment that I do on Annie's show and Mark's show is I think kind of fun. But my show is just it's such a weird, just doing a weekend show by yourself. It's such a completely different dynamic.
It's very different.
Than sitting in a room with you guys and talking. It's so much easier to have people. You've always said this, Clover.
Oh, God, yeah.
That if you have a team of people who are able to just kind of bring life in and talk about it, it's so much easier than just going solo.
Dude, I did my first 6 months alone in a room. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no radio experience. And I was kind of doing this like in a real, rudimentary way. And I'd just be like, oh, set up, joke. Okay.
There's no response.
No response.
Right. Yeah, it's weird because you just can't do the show the same way.
No.
And you have that lane. So you're not going to be like, oh, I'll do a different kind of show. Like, you're
Right.
like, no, this is what I do.
This is what I do.
Yeah, but when you're alone, man, and it's just, I mean, we have the benefit, I think, of being on 97.1 and just, you can just rip the headlines. I mean, you can just talk about what's happening, give your opinion on it. That's typically what I do, at least when I'm alone. But it's so much easier to have people around you that you can just banter with, whether it's serious or not. I mean, you can have real serious discussions. You know this too. I mean, you guys go all over the place. So
yeah, I was Glenn Beck's fill-in guy for probably 5 or 6 years, and the rule was when I would fill in for him on his national show with literally 1 million people listening, that no one else could crack the mic, just me. And I'm not that guy. I'm not Sean Hannity. I'm not Rush Limbaugh.
His rule was just you.
Just me.
Mm-hmm. You could have guests, though.
I could have guests, but I couldn't
but
have...
like your producer couldn't talk.
No,
right.
No one else could talk.
Why was that? Just because his format, you have to keep it kind of clean?
I think so.
Was it hard?
No, I don't think it's so much clean. I think it was just
consistent.
People
they wanted
used
it to sound the same.
Monologuing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, so I guess if you tune in and there's lots of people laughing like we were at our jock straps, you'd be like, oh, that's a little different type of show.
Exactly.
Okay. I remember when you filled in for Kilmeade.
Boy, do I. I do too.
Do you?
Yeah. The first thing I said was, bad news, Brian Kilmeade got fired from Fox.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah. I mean, that's total vintage Dave.
He was joking.
And,
just joking.
And people melted down.
They're like,
melted down.
So I got to ask because I think I know the answer, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
90% sure I know the answer. That was the only time you ever hosted?
Never got asked back.
Okay.
Never got asked back.
Did they ever say anything?
No, I remember when I saw Brian the next time, I brought it up, and he sort of awkwardly like, oh, I didn't know about that. And then I tried to take a picture with him where I laid my head on his chest, and he physically shoved me away. And he's like, I can't be in a picture like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said, like a gay picture? And he's like, no, just a frivolous picture. And I'm like,
really?
You don't like frivolity, huh?
I have one.
Gay frivolity.
That's weird because I have one where Kilmeade has his hand on my chest.
See?
And I tried to push him away.
And then you reach for your mace, and we were back at square one.
You stay right where you are, Ryan Wiggins.
You tried to sell me a vacuum.
Okay, let me tell you guys about the Gelman team. This will be interesting. Mark and Neil Gelman of VXP Realty, fantastic real estate agents. I've used them. I've done business with them. I've been a client. They have excellent communications. I'm a big communications guy. No surprise. And I'm the kind of guy that if I text you and you don't text me right back, I know you hate me. And so when I'm trying to do a real estate deal and I'm not hearing back, that's going to just cause untold stress. And I never once had to worry about it. They always got right back with me, and here's what's going on. They'll do the same thing with you. They're great at valuing your house. They're great. Of course, they want to get you as much as possible because they work on a commission basis, right? All of them do. They have dedicated buyer's agents. Matt Lamb is there. He's a good friend of mine. He's fantastic. Right now, the market, as I understand it, Neil was on just the other day, is sort of like, it's a little of this, it's a little of that. Really depends on your house. But if you stage it the right way and market it the right way, you can still get top dollar for it. Ironically, the more expensive your house is in St. Louis, the faster it's selling. So good for you guys out in Ladue and Clayton. If you want to find out what they think your house is worth right now, you can do that without talking to Naria Gelman. Go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in your address. We will give you a number. If you want to talk about it in person, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
Lemonade! Fresh squeezed lemonade! Lemonade? Oh, nuts.
Is your business struggling to be seen? Not reaching the right customers?
Yeah.
Odyssey's here to help. Your one-stop shop for digital marketing.
Wait, really?
With targeted digital media, plus SEO, SEM, social, OTT, and more, we help your business reach the right audience and drive results.
Whoa, hey, one at a time.
Stop missing out on valuable customers. Visit digitallocalads.com to learn more about our local advertising solutions. That's digitallocalads.com.
Okay, people, line starts here.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-979-3535. That's 800-979-3535. 800-979-3535.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Still here, still trusted. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Our buddy Ryan Wiggins hanging out with us for another segment. Because I know this kind of drives you crazy, but there's an article today that all of the purveyors of AI believe that chatbots are now conscious and that they are doing all of these deep tests to try to determine whether they are or not. And the interesting part of the article I read to me was they don't necessarily want them to be. It's kind of like, I think the horse is out of the barn. So they believe, Altman and all these guys, that the chatbots are conscious way ahead of what they thought they would be.
Yeah, I think they're full of crap.
That goes against the Wheeler gospel, though, because you are always fighting with Andrew and saying, oh, so I guess we're just not going to believe the experts now.
Well, they have a vested interest in making us think that. Some of the AI people, and I'm hearing this from people that are really, really smart, that study science and study how this is going, that believe that a lot of the AI people are just snake oil salesmen. They're selling people on these ideas to pump up their stock, and they get all this money, and we still don't know if it's even working. Like like the study we just heard, I forget which were, I can't remember. It was like a 3 or 4 country study that shows that AI is getting dumber. Because it's now learning from fake AI stuff, too. So it's not able to differentiate between fake nonsense AI created stuff and real stuff. So it's just meshing the two. So it's getting dumber as it goes.
Rach?
Yeah, I'm seeing that researchers can't fully explain how these systems internally operate. But that doesn't necessarily mean consciousness.
No,
right.
And I'm actually looking at this article on International Business Times that was published today that says, like, researchers do broadly agree that the chat bots do not possess emotions. They do not possess self-awareness. I read a really interesting article earlier this week entitled, Your AI Chatbot is a Sociopath. Basically making the case of, you don't want to take personal advice or take it too seriously when it comes from a being that doesn't feel.
Right.
Because it is essentially like receiving advice from a sociopath. They cannot, this thing can mimic you, it can mirror you, it can make you feel good because it knows these certain tricks, but it doesn't have emotions and therefore doesn't understand the nuance of, what makes us human. I think, I don't know if artificial intelligence will ever actually feel emotion. That is a human experience. I don't know how you create that in a machine. And if you believe in like souls and things like that, it's like saying like, oh, it has a soul now. Like, no, because we can't explain where the soul comes from.
I feel like I've had most of my advice from sociopaths.
I'll tell you what. I'm really interested in what Kevin Wheeler was just talking about, these guys being snake oil salesmen. I have never heard anybody put it that way, but they're so much smarter than we are. They could be just making this stuff up and saying, "Oh yeah, it's
I don't
way
want to
beyond."
burst your bubble, but this is the same man who thought his wiener was his hamstring.
No, I'm going to demonstrate during the break how this worked.
You work hard, follow the rules, and get absolutely slammed by taxes. Your paycheck taxed, your property taxed, everything you buy taxed. Missouri's tax system isn't broken, it's rigged against you. The lawyers and lobbyists working for big corporations and the super rich buried over 200 loopholes for themselves in our tax code. While they pay nothing on the services they use, working families are taxed over and over. It's no wonder they're lying about Amendment 5. Our corrupt tax system is rigged in their favor. They're getting a free ride on your back. Don't believe their lies. The truth is, Amendment 5 closes loopholes exploited by the super rich and slashes taxes paid by Missouri's working families, phasing out income taxes and cutting property taxes. They finally pay what they owe while you keep what you earn. Vote yes on Amendment 5. Paid for by Missouri Promise PAC.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Are moles tearing up your yard? Don't let these lawn invaders turn your beautiful property into a mess. Rottler Pest Solutions offers professional mole control services to protect your lawn from damage. Visit Rottler.com today to schedule your free inspection.
There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Here's reason 17. In today's new world, many law firms have had money injected into their firms by Wall Street, private equity, and other lenders. This money usually comes in at very, very high interest rates. It's one of the reasons you see so many lawyers advertising. I'm John Morgan. This money is expensive and the interest compounds quickly. These law firms can have a huge need for cash just to pay that debt. Why does it matter to you? My fear is your case is settled early and for far less than it's worth, just to service the loan that has mafia-like rates. Our financial strength is your advantage. That plus our reputation makes our firm your firm. Visit forthepeople.com to see our results and verdicts. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we got a crash out west on eastbound Highway 70 at the Strax Church overpass. That's right around the Wright City rest area. Traffic's jammed back to 47 in Warrenton. At least one lane is blocked, obviously, there, and it's only a couple lanes going through there every day anyway. Westbound Highway 70 going the other way. There's a little heavy traffic right around Zembel. There's slow stuff west of Lake St. Louis out through 61 and barely a slowdown past that eastbound wreck west of Wright City. Westbound 64, the Science Center headed out through McCausland is slow. There's a backup west of Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to 70. South 270 is busy. South of 64 to Manchester and Sappington down through Tesson Ferry. Southbound 141, we have a crash south of Romaine Creek. Traffic southbound is jammed back near Highview. Northbound is backed up almost to Tesson Ferry or 21 right now. Southbound 55 south of M, most of the way down to Z. You've got delays on the Illinois side. Westbound 5570, 111 to 203 is backed up. Eastbound 70 is on the brakes through Packers Avenue and 64. Eastbound jams approaching 111 through 157. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath. It's all about time.
Save time and money.
Do it now, don't wait till later. Call the top-notch renovator. It's about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-Day Kitchen and Bath.
Before a nation, there was an idea. Before freedom, there was a sacrifice. This year, KMOX marks America's 250th birthday. Step into history with John Hancock and Michael Kelly, Sunday mornings at 8, as they pull you into the moment where everything was on the line. This is the sound of a nation being born. Celebrate America, 250 years strong, with Hancock and Kelly, Sunday mornings at 8, only on KMOX.
Today,
The Cards, the Braves.
Cameron Total Access 520. First pitch 6:15.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by i3 Broadband. Summer celebrations are here, whether you're headed to Red, White, and Boom in Peoria or listening to Cardinals baseball on KMOX. i3 Broadband keeps you connected. Head over to i3broadband.com/radio today or call 1-866-806-5485 to upgrade, because life runs better on fiber, and i3 Broadband is here for you.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX, 335. Mitch, welcome back to the stream. Brace yourself, my boy. Dave Murray is off today and tomorrow.
Man, oh man, Mitch.
Said he was fed up with the stream.
He's like, they were pissing me off.
No, his grandson is in town, so we have a live look, Rach.
Mm-hmm.
Could not be with you live today, but wanted to give you an update on our weather as we get set to go into the holiday weekend. Obviously, the dome of summer is locked in place. It's sitting almost right over the Midwest, but will start to leak a little bit to the east over the next couple of days. But changes in our weather are going to be very, very slow to take place. So what we had today is what we're going to have again tomorrow. 98 on Thursday. The record's 101 from 1933. So again, we're short of records, but there's no question about it. This is a solid heat wave. Clear skies Thursday night. We are talking 90 degrees during the evening, 78 for the low. Now, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as that dome of high pressure slides a little bit to the east, we're going to get a little push of more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. So that could pop an afternoon or evening thunderstorm. Very isolated in nature, but if you were to get under one, it would produce some very heavy rain, some thunder and lightning, and then either fall apart or just move on, not lasting very long. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, otherwise, it's sunny, hot, hazy, and humid, and 95 each day. Now, you typically have a buildup of haze in this situation, but we're also seeing some dust come at us from Africa. It's coming right across the equator and coming into the Midwest. So if it seems a little extra hazy to you, that's probably the reason why, at least a little more hazy than a typical summer afternoon. It's all in the upper atmosphere. You're not going to really feel the effect on the ground level. It's way up high. The biggest thing we might see out of it is some pretty nice sunsets or sunrises with that added haze in the atmosphere. So summer is here, no question about it. It's going to continue right through the holiday weekend. I'll be with you live tomorrow. See you then.
That's brought to you by the Saliga Weather Desk. How about that African dust in the air?
Yeah.
That is neat.
Kind of crazy.
All we are is dust in the wind.
Carter Report is brought to you by Rawlings. Go to the Rawlings Experience at Westport. We had Lindsay on yesterday, who runs the place, and it is super, super cool. So next time you're anywhere near Westport, stop in the Rawlings Experience. Wheels, we'll get into the team, but I have a goofy Dave question for you.
All right.
If you could protect one current player over, say, the next 5 years, forget about trades, forget about what they're worth, you just want to keep this one player, who are you building around?
J.J. Weatherholt. I think he's just going to be the same guy every year. That's just how he's built. You know, he doesn't have the power ceiling that Jordan Walker has, but I think his floor is what we're seeing right now. Like, this is going to be his baseline because he's better. I think he's even better than what we've seen. I think he's going to continue to get better than even what we see so far. And he's already one of the best second basemen in baseball. But he plays up the middle. He could play short. He's a great base runner, great defender, has power, gets on base. I mean, like, it's hard. That kind of guy is hard to find because those guys that basically have no pulse, right? They're always kind of flatline. They're always cool. They're always going to be consistent. Those are really hard players to find.
He's not known for his speed, although that catch he made yesterday in foul territory, man, he covered some ground.
Who, JJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can run, man. I mean, he's not like, see, this is the thing about JJ. He doesn't have one physical skill that blows you away, right? He doesn't have a very good arm. He doesn't have arm strength, but he's accurate. He throws it goes where he wants it to go. But that's why he's a second baseman, because he doesn't have a great arm. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's above average in speed. He's not the biggest power hitter, but he's got power. He's going to hit 25 home runs as a rookie this year. And that all-around balanced game. And again, I still think there's another gear that he's going to find. I mean, I think in the next couple years, by the time he's 25, 26, he's going to be even better than he is right now.
If his second half of the season is pretty much identical to the first half, where does he stand in the Rookie of the Year running?
Oh, one of the favorites. Yeah, right there at the top. I mean, you know, it's all about voting, so you don't know for sure, but I mean, he'd be one of the top 2.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Did Libby do enough last night to get some heat off him?
He was good last night, and it was, you know, there was a notable change. And look, I mean, here's the frustrating thing about Liberatore. What we finally saw them do last night was change how he uses his pitches. So normally the pitch that he throws the most is his four-seam fastball. Well, it's a bad pitch. It's been getting crushed all year. Last night he threw more breaking balls and changeups than fastballs. And I don't think it's a coincidence that he had success. This is something that Bernie and Matt and Tom and Ron and all of us have, something I've been talking about with Liberatore since the winter, because his fastball's always been bad. And we've been talking about it like, why isn't he throwing more curveballs, more sliders, more changeup? Why is it not flipped? Why is he throwing the bad pitches more often than the good pitches? And last night you saw a change. So what I don't know yet is how much of that was the fact that Herrera was catching, because Herrera doesn't normally catch Liberatore. So he had a new catcher who maybe saw things a little differently and decided to call it a little differently, and he just rolled with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the catcher. I don't know if it was the team telling him, look, we got to change this, man, because what we're doing ain't working, or if it was just the player finally realizing, okay, I need to do this differently.
So you and I had this conversation last night over text, and it'll probably be an unpopular opinion, and I will give it a preamble and say that I love Herrera as a player. He seems like a great teammate. I love his energy. I love his attitude. I love his bat. I don't love his catching. You've forgotten more about catching than I'll ever know. But from the way, through my eyes, we shouldn't have a catcher who's that not good on the big league team. And so unless he can play another position, or unless he's good enough for the Cardinals to say, we don't care that you're, 24 years old, you're going to be the designated hitter. I just don't see, if this is what he's going to do the next couple of seasons, I just don't see it.
I don't think he's a catcher, like a full-time catcher. I don't have a problem with it if it's once or twice a week, which it's a little bit more than that right now because it's twice every 5 days. If it was once or twice every 7 days, I would feel a little bit better about it. But he's catching the same guys over and over again. There's two parts to it. I understand why they want this to happen. It's better for the player because if the player has a position, he's going to be more valuable for his career in terms of earnings. Guys that are DHs by the time they're in their mid-20s don't tend to make a lot of money. But if he can be a catcher at least part of the time, it helps that. It also enhances his trade value if you ever want to trade him. If you can sell to another team, look, we know he's more of a hitter than a catcher, but you can catch him a couple days a week. That can also enhance his value if you end up wanting to go down that path. So there is a benefit to it. The problem with it is the visible, tangible, measurable parts of catching are what he's bad at. Okay. I think he seems to be pretty good at calling a game, and he's really good at the challenges, at the ABS challenges. He's one of the best at challenging pitches and being right. So he's good at certain things strategically, but as we saw last night, he's challenged when it comes to blocking. He's probably the worst throwing catcher in baseball at this point. At least of any catcher that catches regularly, he's probably the worst throwing catcher. I mean, if you look at the number that's called caught stealing above average, he's in the first percentile which means 99% of catchers in the major leagues are better than him at throwing out runners. So there are clear, visible, obvious weaknesses. And that makes it really hard to understand that he also has strengths, right? Because those strengths are not going to be measurable by the naked eye because we don't know. Like last night with Liberatore, I don't know how much of that was Herrera just having a better feel for Libby than Pages has or than Crooks has, or if that was the team that decided that and that was just the game plan going in. But he is very good at the challenges and at reading hitters and things like that, at least based on observations. But there's no thing that measures it. But what all of us can really see, right? What we see are all the balls that get away from him.
Yeah.
What we see are all the guys that just steal without even a chance at throwing them out. So I agree, like long term, he's not a real catcher. He can be an occasional catcher. But at this stage, I'm okay with very limited options. But you can see at times he's going to get exposed. It's going to happen.
It's 3:44. This time check is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
We still got this big jam on southbound 141. This traffic reports a service of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. There's a crash just south of Romaine Creek on southbound 141, lane blocked, and it's a solid jam. Back to Highview. It's getting close to Gravois Bluffs, but solid from Highview on down. Northbound's just backed up, or at least heavy, from Tesson Ferry 21. Southbound 270, slow traffic from 64 down to almost Doherty Ferry. We had a report of a minor crash in the area, then approaching Gravois to Tesson Ferry. It's busy. Southbound 170, Delm or Ladue to the Parkway is heavy. After that, not so bad. Westbound 64 bogs down. Kings Highway headed out through Bellevue to Big Bend. Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to 70. Westbound 70. There's some slow stuff between Zumbo and Cave Springs, Lake St. Louis out through 61. And we have this crash eastbound 70 at the Strax Church overpass near the Wright City Rest area. It's a solid jam back pretty close to Warrenton 47. And there's a westbound back up briefly past the rest area. Southbound 55 south of M towards Z has delays. 5570 between 111 and 203 westbound, and just a little slowdown eastbound there. And then a roadwork jam 64 eastbound 111 to 157 as well. The $5,000 sweepstakes is back with Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Deadline to enter is the end of the month to win the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Enter now at overheaddoorsstlouis.com. That's where the winners go. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Love your low mortgage rate but need extra cash? Don't refinance. Get a Scott Credit Union home equity line of credit for home renovations or debt consolidation. Learn more at scu.org. Rates vary. Terms and conditions apply.
Walker just gave the Cardinals the lead. Home run! Mason Wynn to his feet. He throws. He got
St. Louis, it's time to hit the ballpark. ATL meets STL when the Cardinals take on the Atlanta Braves at Busch Stadium, July 10th through the 12th. Plus, score great weekend giveaways, including a garage shirt and a kid's jersey. Don't miss 3 days of summer baseball, family fun, and Cardinals action. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
Relive the magic of 2006 on Saturday, July 11th, when the Cards play the Braves at Busch Stadium. That night, fans will take home a David Eckstein bobblehead presented by Mid-America Transplant. This giveaway celebrates his unforgettable World Series MVP performance and scrappy plays that defined a championship run. Don't miss your chance to add this classic to your collection. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
Sail on down to Busch Stadium for the inaugural Yacht Rock Night on Friday, July 10th. Watch the Cardinals take on the Atlanta Braves, and with the purchase of a special themed ticket, fans will take home an exclusive Cardinals captain's hat. And all week, listen to KMOX for a chance to win a pair of game tickets and theme tickets. Tickets are available at nlb.com/Cardinals. For more information, go to KMOX.com/contests.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup this summer, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent. The future stars who are already turning heads at age 14. Because next doesn't wait for an invitation. And neither do we. Hyundai has always moved the future within reach. We did it when we made advanced safety standard on every vehicle and engineered EVs with ultra-fast charging capability. Because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here. Next starts now. Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. I'm with Mark Cantor of Cantor Injury Law. And Mark, why is it so important for you to be a local law firm?
Well, being local means more than just advertising here, more than just a billboard on the highway. It means showing up here. It means supporting local events and local charities.
But why is local so important?
It's important because we know the law, we know the judges, we know the roads, and we understand the community.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
You can count on Cantor. Visit CantorInjuryLaw.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
You know, I'm always talking about taking care of everybody else. The kids, the family, the job, the house, the calendar. But today, I want to talk about you taking care of you. Because if you don't take care of you, who's going to take care of them? What if you could better understand your risk for chronic disease before symptoms begin? Simon Cancer Center has a tool called Your Disease Risk, and it does just that. It helps you get a better understanding of your risk for chronic disease and cancer before symptoms even start. It looks at things like lifestyle, family history, everyday habits, nutrition, physical activity, tobacco use, sleep, and screenings. Because your health story is shaped by more than just genetics. And knowledge is powerful. When you know your risk, you can make better choices, ask better questions, and the ability to take actions early. Listen, it only takes a few minutes, but it can help guide decisions that matter for years to come. Prevention starts with awareness, and awareness starts with you. Visit siteman.washu.edu/YDR and take the Your Disease Risk Assessment today. Just a few minutes a day could make a difference for years to come. That website again is siteman.washu.edu/YDR.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. 3:51, we have the think tank coming up at the top of the hour. We have two of our favorites. We have Representative Ian Mackey, and we have Dennis Hancock from the county. Lots of stuff to talk about locally and nationally. Wheels, one more baseball thing.
Sure.
I know that our buddy Wilson Contreras is going through it with the earthquakes in Venezuela.
Yep.
He's a very emotional man. I do not hold that against him, but he's having a week, ejections and fighting pitchers, and just what do you make of it?
Well, I mean, he's definitely over the edge, but here's the thing. You already have a guy that was an emotional player. Right, so he'd get offended by things. We saw that here.
Yeah,
he was that way with the Cubs. I mean, it's kind of his personality, and it's been extra lately. He's from Venezuela, so for people that don't know, I mean, a lot of his friends and family members have been overwhelmed by the earthquake and all of the fallout, and I'm sure he's lost people, and all of that. So he's been a little extra this week. And yesterday, though, I'm not so sure he was wrong. Did you hear what the pitcher said to him?
I did not.
So it came out, you could hear it on the audio, and the Red Sox broadcasters caught it, and it's been kind of floating around now, where the pitcher for the Washington Nationals, Cade Cavalli, when he struck him out, yelled at him, "Sit down, boy."
Yikes.
Okay, so, sit down if he had stopped, no big deal. When you add the boy to the end of that, whether you're thinking of it in a terms, because it's got racial connotations, even if you take that out, that is a wildly disrespectful way to talk to another grown man.
Yeah.
If you did that to someone on the street, you're probably going to run into an issue.
You just did a yim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yim. So I feel a little differently about that thing last night, knowing that that's what was said. And the player, and Cavalli, after the game, apologized and said he's going to take that out of his vocabulary. That was a mistake. It was wrong. Said he feels terrible about it. He's going to reach out to Contreras about it. So there was some animosity because Contreras the night before pimped a home run, right? He hit a home run, flipped his bat, took his time. And there's some that's where the edge started. And it'd be one thing if the pitcher just yelled at him, go sit down. That's competitiveness. The minute you start getting into the personal with that reference to Boy, I think almost every player would have been pissed about that. Not just Contreras. But Contreras is probably going to be in some trouble because he threw a helmet. You know, I mean, it's one thing if you're going to start an argument or if you're going to be yelling at someone, but when you throw a helmet in someone's direction, you're going to be in trouble. But I think it changes the context, doesn't it?
It certainly does for me.
Right. And I think most of baseball, last night, the first reaction in the baseball world was, oh, boy, Wilson's he's over the edge. He's kind of and he is. I mean, that's a reality at the moment because he's already, as we talked about, he's already emotional. And then you add the stuff going on in Venezuela to it. He's been even more so. That's not an excuse, by the way. You still got to control yourself. But I think that's pretty disrespectful. And I don't know anybody that has said that Cade Cavalli in any way meant that when it comes to the racial overtones. But
I'm glad he owned it.
But when you say that, even if you didn't mean it that way, that is incredibly disrespectful.
Yes,
he owned it. So I give him credit. He owned it. He's basically saying I screwed up. I won't say that kind of thing again, and I'm going to talk to Contreras about it.
Good.
So, yeah.
Think Tank coming up after this. Tell you guys again about Universal Windows Direct. As you guys know, because you listen a lot, and I do a lot of live endorsements, and you hear them all the time. The reason I picked Universal Windows Direct out of 2 or 3 different window companies that wanted me to represent them is because I liked their television ads. And I liked them because they were straightforward. I was just listening to Limu the Emu, and I hate that stuff. Maybe I'm an old marketing curmudgeon. And I know that's been the advertising we've grown up with, but just tell me, I don't have time for this. I'm going to die soon. Just tell me about your product. And so that's what I do for Universal. Great replacement windows, lifetime warranty, lifetime guarantee, 20-year warranty that you can pass on to someone if they buy your house anytime down the road. Buy 4 windows, get 4 for free, so 50% off. 4 years, 48 months of 0% interest financing, same as cash. 314-334-2522 or log on to universalwindowsdirect.com.
You feel it every time you check out. Prices up, paychecks stretched, families squeezed. That's why Ann Wagner's